Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hold up. Okay. All right. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Not this. Not this. I'm actually curious to see if I'm trying to see if really for a I was just saying, so weird to look at that when I'm so used to looking to that. So let me put it at this angle. So I feel like I'm looking at you at the same time. It's not working for me. All right, hug that. Do your job. Yay. Yay. Hi. Hi. I came straight on. I have lots to do. I still gotta go to the market. Quartzone. I'm just looking at my whole mess of clutter right there. I'm trying to decide. What, Zach, why I talk to you. I'm gonna do Patreon in the morning. I want morning energy for Patreon. So if you're a Patreon member, I meant to actually hit you guys up to let you know that. I just want morning energy with you guys. So I'll get a couple out before I head to work. So yeah. So shit everywhere. I got shit everywhere. I don't know what I've been told. Dun, 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 long time ago. I don't even know what that's about. Kessel, you know better. I'm gonna let you out. I didn't even change yet. I don't typically ever come home and not change, but I still have to go to the store. It is very strange though that I have not changed. Even my mom said this. My mom just said the same shit to me. You still got your work clothes on. I'm like, I know. I never do that, and it's not that I'm afraid of like germs or whatever. God, look how raggedy that looks with the wind today. My energy is really throwing off with you guys. Strange. Yeah, and I'm wearing my work clothes. It's weird. Typically, I don't even like wearing these out. Like if I have to stop a store, I'm like, oh great. Like people are staring at me like, oh, you brought your 20 germs with you. Oh. How are you guys? I had a good day. It was a busy day. I was back and forth. I was at the cancer center this morning. Um, Lots of infusions, stuff like that going on. Um, then I had to go somewhere else. So I don't know why my mind's such a blank right now. It's gonna be a good day. My toe feels suffocated. And typically my feet don't feel suffocated. um, I don't know. I'm gonna use this deck though. I'm gonna use this deck. So the energy really is kind of like trying to like sort itself out. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just like it's a feeling. So I have a feeling like a lot of you is like it's feeling like the energy is heartfelt or anger or it's emotion or it's a feeling. Others is like a blockage. See, I don't there's a lot of different energy right now to get certain alignments situated. I got goosebumps, that's a given. But so it's gonna be a little tough to read too, to be honest with you. Um I will tell you the void is still open a little bit, but my craziest day was like Friday. It was like the day before. And then I even forgot Saturday was a new moon, but it didn't feel like a new moon. Um, it didn't, I don't know, it's hard to explain. And it's like I feel like even blank right now talking to you guys, which is strange because then when I was in the car, I was like, "Doo, doo, doo, doo." So I don't know if it's because I'm trying to like feel out all this different energy, but we're not going to be able to read like that. Um, so I just felt sorrow. Um, Apprehension just came to me, but I don't feel that. Um, I'm gonna keep it real with you. It might be tough to read. I'm trying to. I might want to do different scenarios. Um, I think it's just gonna hit everybody differently. I didn't feel odd today, but someone else did. That was like me on Friday. Like I kept saying to myself, like I almost forgot about the eclipse, and I would stay focused. Like there was certain things that would pull me to certain things, and I'm like, no, there's something happening with the computer. Like there's a glitch. I don't know if there was an update and people aren't noticing yet. Like it was, it was like coincidence after coincidence, and it's like it really just was a coincidence. But to me, it felt like it wasn't a coincidence. Like it just so happened. Like my first patient had the same exact test. My first patient had a list of tests. The second one had the exact identical test. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I remember having an entire conversation with being like, I wonder what my third patient's gonna be like. So and then I forgot about that. And it was just off. I could feel energy off and on. I was like, oh, I didn't want to go on the back, tweak me out a little bit, which is strange too. And then someone came in. I drew someone and then someone came in. His name popped up at the top again of like the list. And I went out there and I like called him. I'm like, he had nothing to drop off. I'm like, this doesn't really make much sense. I'm like, that's weird. So I said, all right. And there's a woman sitting there and I was like, did you register? She's like, yeah. I'm like, really? I'm like, you're not in my system or whatever. I said, that's why I came out and called yada, like David or somebody, yada yada. So I was like, come on back with me, it's fine. And kept refreshing, logged out, logged back in. She had the same exact test as my previous patient, different doctors. So now I'm like bugging out because she's like, now I'm already like, not bugging like that, but I'm like, this is really weird because I had already drew that guy like 2 hours before her and he popped up. And needless to say, it was pure coincidence, but it distracted me for 2 hours. I'm talking like I was calling IT, I was calling somebody else. Like she went and called her doctors just to make sure it was the proper test because she's like, you didn't ask me if I was fasting, ha ha ha. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't normally ever like skip that. I'm like, but you don't have any fasting tests, that's why. And she's like, really? I was supposed to fast and yada yada. So then it's like I just started like questioning things like the glitch, like why did his name pop up an hour or two later and she has the same exact test. So I was like saying to myself, like, and it was so busy. It was so busy Friday. I mean, someone just dropped off pee and was like, here, and I was like, I have no order. She's like, yeah, but I have a hard time peeing. I just got off my penicillin and I got kidney problems and I got diabetes and I got to go see my neurologist and neurology like next week and yada, yada, yada. I was like, lady, I can't just like put an order in. Like, it doesn't work that way. So she fought with me and it was like, it was so busy and I kept getting caught up in crazy shit. Like, it was the first time ever, like, Melissa, I'm going to quit today. Like, we're fucking around. I'm like, why today? Like, this makes no sense. So I really wasn't putting two and two together and stuff like that. Come to find out, they both had pre-op on Monday, so it made sense that they had the same test. But for 2 hours, we were going back and forth, like just to like make sure there was like so many red flags. And at first, I was like, "What is spirit protecting me against disease?" Blah 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 blah. I'm like, I know something's going on. Like, there's no way there's something not going on. And then I remembered the eclipse, so it was like it's like in and out of voids where you know what I'm saying. So it's tough. Um, and I kept thinking like, oh, I must be dodging something. But I was purposely focused on like one thing, but I was real careful because I didn't want like it was like patient care too, you know what I mean? And I was just like, well, what if something happened to the system? And so I was just like being like extra careful, like overly precautionary. Like I had three people call me back, like, Court, it's just a coincidence. They're like, are you okay? And then I sat back in the car, I'm like, oh my God, like they must really think like maybe something's wrong with me because I was so focused on their care and making sure that there wasn't a glitch in the system. And normally I would just be like flowing, like I can't even explain it. So the energy made me focus on like that one thing. Those are my favorite flowers. That one emojis. That's like it made me focus on that one thing, and it was purely just a coincidence. But it was like one after another and another and another, and I'm like, what is happening? And again, forgot about the damn freaking eclipse. So that one still messed with me. I felt way better Saturday. Yesterday I was like, today I was better. But I know the energy is now just hitting people. So it really depends on how energies hit you. Like a full moon can hit me 2 weeks ahead of time sometimes. You know what I mean? A new moon typically doesn't touch me unless it's in an air sign or something that needs to be addressed. But the eclipse got me. I was like, fuck. It's like, all right. And it was like that, like anything that just didn't like serve me or just wasn't, it's like done, fucking done. Like that, like so disciplined, hardcore, like there's no, just, you know. Um, so it's like I think I'm just more or less just focused on happy things. What makes me happy and what's next and what's this and try not to get like caught up in like how other people are feeling and what's going on with them and their life. Like friends have been like really quiet and they both reach out to say, I hope you had a great weekend, blah blah blah. Did I touch base with them over the weekend? I think I may have briefly. I don't know. It was but I feel fine today, you know. But I do know some of you are just feeling the energy. It's just clicking, just kicking in for you guys. So it really just depends on where in your chat these energies are gonna get hit. I feel like some of you have no idea what I just said, which is strange. So some of you are just feeling it, others it's it's gonna be a few more days, but it's gonna be a few more on top of that for those of us like just getting the best of you or something. It's some of you guys, it's like wake up calls, and then you got other parts of the collective where it's a wake up call, but it's like a different type of wake up call. So try not to go nutty because I know it's the energy of going nutty too. Because it just pulled me of times where like I go nutty and that can last for a couple hours. Yeah, it's like it's tough. Been feeling death a lot too lately. I don't like that feeling either. Um you know what got the best of me too a little bit too Friday? I just heard about the school shootings because I had been working like crazy all week and I don't come home. I don't watch TV. I don't put the news on. So I just found out about the school shootings and I'm like, no fucking way. I'm like, I literally just said that a couple weeks ago when we were talking about the suicide bombers. I'm just like disgusted. Um, so that distracted me. Like there was lots of things to distract me to keep me off YouTube. And then I went on today telling you guys to be careful who you watch. And that's a thing right now too. Even someone you normally watch, energy can affect you differently. You can be triggered, you can be not triggered. You could next thing you know, it's like you have anxiety. It is I want to say like if it's not a trigger, you because if you're being triggered, you're supposed to be getting triggered. But if it's not a trigger, you gotta kind of like get a grip of your own energy. Like if that happens, or you feel a sense of a pull, or you feel a sense of a shift, but it's like in a way where it's like, no, you know. Some of you, I think it's just blockages that you're blocking. Others of you, it's like click off. So that's why I'm saying like it's hard to explain the energy right now. So it is going to be tough to read. That's why I feel like I gotta break it down in like maybe 3 different groups or something. Not stacks, just like But um, it's it's tough. It's difficult. It's difficult energy. And it's like bouncing, and it just pulled me to Tigger. Bouncing, Tigger's a beautiful thing. So everything about Tigger is in the song, which then pulls me to depression. But I don't think Tigger has depression, right? What Tigger have? ADD? Hi. What did Tigger have? For those who don't know, each character had like a diagnosis. I don't remember what Tigger was, but I just got pulled a Tigger. But then I said depression, and it doesn't sound right. Right. ADHD, yeah, ADHD. Okay, right? Yeah. So that's strange because I have ADHD. What did I say? I just about Tigger, right? But then I said something about depression, but then I was like, wait, no, Tigger doesn't have depression. So I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who has ADD, ADHD, and then someone's got depression. Like, I don't, that's weird that combo just came in like that. I don't know if it's referring to the same energy or not. I don't think so. It can't be because I was like, wait, Tigger wasn't depressed. But my ADHD isn't like more intense with like energy like that, you know? So I don't know what that's regarding. I think one more just has one more that might make sense. One has way more energy and the other one does not. So like if you're with somebody or a partner or a best friend, it's probably going to be the opposite. That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you probably have one whose energy is like doo, 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 you know, and distracted because you can get easily distracted, um, or you're purposely distracting yourself. So, and then the other one is it's probably like depressive energy, but I'm not sure. So I don't know. That is strange. So unless it's talking about like the same character, so you can go from being like "Doo-doo-doo" to like "Ugh," like I don't want to do nothing. So I don't know because I'm not feeling depression like that either, but it just pulled me to that. So I don't know what to tell you there. Um, I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, like me personally, how my energy was today. Mine was good. Like it was kosher. Like I didn't really, like it was fine. But then when I thought about certain stuff, it's like a hard no, you know? So, and it's like looking at things differently. It's not like just, oh, it's today, so it's a hard no. Or this just happened over the weekend, or this just happened last week, so it's a hard no. No, it's not like that. I think things have just been adding up, and it's just like, no, fucking hard pass, hard no. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of decisiveness too. So, but I'm really feeling the hangman too. So like things are like held up. And I don't know if it's like held up on purpose. Cause remember I said earlier we were talking about like readers and stuff and what's your divine masculine, divine feminine up to, your counterpart, like, or what's holding them back? Who fucking they're holding themselves back. Who cares if they're fucking someone else or talking to someone else or not getting the right type of advice? Like, you know what? If they're gonna put themselves in the situation of that and not step out of the box and be like, what do I want at the end of the day? Then fuck them. You don't want them around anyway. And when I just said fuck them, it was that song just came to me. Fuck them till they come. So who sang that? It's old school. Hell yeah, we'll make them come. Rough Riders. North, South, East, West. Rough Riders gonna show you the best. I don't know what song that is, but Rough Riders. But if you ask me, when I used to listen to Rough Riders, it used to get me pumped. But when I said I don't even remember the line anymore. There's something will make you come. Did you get? Do you guys remember the line I used? See how quickly I just forgot? North, south, west, hell yeah, we make them come. So I don't know why that just came through. See what I'm saying? Like the energy is insane. Well, I don't think it's insane like that. I just think it's whatever you're experiencing and you're meant to experience it, right? It's only a few cases when I don't get the song and this one. And this is one of them. Yeah. It's Rough Riders. For sure. Oh, could be DMX. Hell yeah, we make them come. It's my phone. Peace. West. I need to know the name of that song and why. Because that came out of freaking left field. I don't even know if I know how to find that. Mash will know. Because it's like north, west, east, something. It's Rough Riders, right? But it's like, I'm not even singing that in order. So which one is it? Hi. Hey, I'm on YouTube, so I'll call you in a little while on the way to the grocery store, but I got a song for you, and it's like, it's either Rough Riders or DMX, but it's like, hell no, you make them come. North, south, east, west, like Rough Ride. Okay, so Rough Riders, something, something. It's our song? It's, she's like, it's our song?
Down Low by the Rough Riders?
All right.
We listen to that late night by the fire all the time, Courtney.
I know, I'm spacing it.
Down, bottom, what is it called? Down Bottom. It's called Down Bottom.
Okay.
And it's by the Rough Riders.
All right. I know, it's like I got certain parts in my head and I can't even like spit out east, north. I can't even focus right now. It's so weird. And I was like, I'll try to look it up. And I was like, you know what? Better off I'll call Matt.
Bust your guns.
Hell yeah, we bust our guns. All right, yeah. But
Down Bottom.
All right, I'll call you on the way to the market.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Okay, so maybe it was a message from me. I don't know. She's like, that's our song. Okay. So that's a message from me, but it's also a message for you guys. So let me pick up on it, like I said, because I told you it was weird that song just came in. So it is, okay. So weird. Yes, now I know. It really is. Okay. So, I can't believe I forgot the song like that. Holy crap. She's right. So I just need to figure out for a minute how to interpretate it for you. So hold on. I can't believe I spaced that with her. Okay. But you notice the one line that just caught me is like, I don't care about your feedback because y'all niggas don't feed me, right? So it's still sexual though. So past that 4, I pull my trigger. Matter of fact, that's not. Damn right, we make them come. It's for the north, south, east, west. Rough Rider is gonna show you who rides the best. It might be ego, it might be pride, it might be confidence, I think it might be a confidence. Because if I think about it, like if this song came on, and Marsha's right, like no matter where this song came on, me and her would just stop and look at each other. And then like, yeah, like you know what's up. Like, but not even really knowing like what's up. Like it's that song, it's that jam, right? So I think it has to do with confidence. So I you might just have one energy that's like so damn confident, but I don't know why that would come across like that. So I don't know if it's like intimidating or if it's judgmental energy, you know? And because it's like, okay, it's gonna show you who rides the best, right? But I know it's sexual, but like I would have to say probably it yeah, it hands down is still a confidence. I don't know why it's coming across like that though. You know what I mean? Like in a it's like a sexual manner too. It's like Queen of Wands energy tenfold. So I get the goosebumps. So I don't know why it's coming across that way though. It's very strange, right? So hardcore. It's like let's see what the interpretation is, like the meaning behind it. But I don't think that has anything to do with it, to be honest with you. It might though. It's like flame on. Mhm. It's not really giving me how they interpreted it. So I don't know if it's like so it's not giving me how it interpreted it. So I bet you if I did a little more research, I could probably find it. But it just pulled me to if you guys watch the Wu Tang Saga, and each individual has like their own style, and it's like they just go in and they just flow, and then they mesh it. You know what I'm saying? You got that one person that puts it together. They know the beats and the you know what I'm saying. So I don't know how you want to interpret that, but I mean, I got goosebumps. That's definitely what it is. It has to do with one's like confidence or sexual confidence or like the character or the way they're. It's like how they're projecting themselves or something like sexy as fuck. It could be intimidating. It could be a judgmental situation going on, or someone could be judging somebody because I felt that energy when, like, with that song, like, someone would be like, "Oh, wow, that's Quartz Jam." Yeah, you know what I mean? So there could be a cultural difference. There could be something taboo here, which is weird because that has nothing to do with being taboo. But that just came in too. And I didn't even feel sexual energy, and that energy is sexual energy, you know? But it's like other music. Me with that song, it's the lyrics, but it's not the lyrics. Like I got the goosebumps. It's not like okay, so for me it's not like it's not like what they're saying. It's like other music for me where it motivates me. It's the beat, it's the drive, right? So a lot of people have that so we were talking about collective energy, right? So there you go. That's someone's energy too. It's the drive, it's the I'm gonna say passion. It's the drive. It's the drive behind somebody. So I don't know if somebody is pulled to that. Rough Riders. I think DMX is in there. Who else might be? You know who else I think is who is he? Swiss Beats and can't even think. So that's how someone's looking at you too. But to me, it's more like drive. It's the drive. So I don't know if they'll question like, why is this chick got that drive? Or why is this guy got this like drive? Like, why aren't you down? Like, or why aren't you on my level? Or I don't know. So you could have leveled up or I don't know what we're referring to beforehand. It's just the energy, right? So, and I think it's going to be like that for like a few more days. I don't think it's anything like you need to worry about or panic about or overthink about, because I do feel like there's energy of being like very unrealistic. Like somebody was so logical and practical about things. It's just like very unrealistic. The only thing that's in my head is like, hell yeah, we bust our guns. So like, but it's like in a sexual way. It's coming. So, but it's like who rides the best too. So like it could be competition. So I think this is see there's some competition too, or there's like pride or somebody wanting to be number one, but I get the number one behind a masculine energy. I get the number one as like top dog. Like I'm top dog. Like they don't want competition is the vibe I'm feeling. Because if I'm feeling the chick on the other end, it's there's competition all day, or there'll be competition, or there doesn't need to be competition. There's just somebody in their own world, right? So it's like when you project energy like that, you're like, you're a magnet. Doesn't mean all of that shit coming towards you want, but it's gonna come towards you, right? So it's a tough one. I don't know if there's intimidation. I think it's more like top dog. Like someone wants to be top dog because I'm looking at like top brand. Like I'm looking at like a shiny bottle of tequila or um whiskey or brandy, like top dog, like it's top of the line, but I'm like top dog. Someone wants to be top dog, like they want to beat out the competition. But I don't know if there's competition. Did we really just have to go through all that to narrow down certain energies? I guess so. So we have top dog and we have like motivation, or we have like, so we have top dog, which comes behind, I think what's standing behind the top dog is a lot of pride. Okay. Because it's like wanting to beat out the competition, but I don't even think there's competition, if that makes sense. But when you're looking at a girl, or vice versa, if you're in the same sex, but if you're looking at the girl, I don't know if you would just assume there's competition or if someone makes you feel like there's competition. So, like, apparently that's the main two energies right now. Go figure. All I take is that one, right? It's top shelf, but I'm thinking top dog. So that's the energy right now. So I don't know if there's embarrassment behind the top dog persona because I can't figure out the top dog thing yet. So I'll pull on top dog and I'll pull on driven. But when I get driven, that's like I said, like me and Marsh, like there's no particular person, place, or thing that I'm thinking of when that song comes in. It's like we just stop what we do and we live in the moment. Right. So I got the boost bump. So it's like living in the moment. It's confident. It's like you're happy where you are in life. You're content. So obviously there's self worth, there's self value. Right. So so it's like that drive that you project that you don't realize you're projecting because you're just like happy, right? Because we would get up and dance. Again, there's no person, place, or thing when that song comes on. It's the beat getting lost in the moment because it pulled me to Wu Tang and then it pulled me to the different, characters and how things are like laid out. So I listen to that when it comes to motivation or when it comes to like getting out of a funk, something like that, right? So if there's been any little funk, you probably pick yourself right out of it real quick. Um, it's like can't mess with your energy. which I think can be trouble, or someone feels like it's trouble. So the two energies I'm going to read right now is a driven energy, and then the other one's top dog. And I think we're going to get a whole bunch of different energy within those two energies for you to determine kind of where you're at. I'm thinking. I think that's what it is. Because all that just came through a song interpretation. And so there is a little bit of a, I don't know if it's a void or a window or a mask. There's something, because it's almost like you don't even see it. Like I didn't see it. Like Marsh was like really disappointed. Like, Court, that's our song. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, huh? Like I know the song. So I got goosebumps. So there's a window. I don't know if it's a void. Could it? I think it's way more than a mask. It's like I got the goosebumps. It's way more than a mask. So I don't know what. So it's like a block in between these two energies. And I'm thinking from the man side, it's got to be ego, it's got to be pride, it's got to be insecurities, or it's got to be like ego, too much. You know what I mean? Too many people feeding, or it's like too something. And then you got the woman, and this could be vice versa because women have ego too, right? So, but I'm telling you, like when I'm in the whole dancing or within the music or just listening, it's not about who, what, when, where. It's not about people, places, a thing. It's not like that. It is enjoying myself, enjoying the beat, and see what I'm saying. So it's two totally different energies I'm picking up on, but there's something in the middle. It's like a shield. Shield is a shield. So I don't know if that means like a force shield. The shield. So I don't know if it's someone's God. I don't know what's in between these two energies. Would I call it a shield? Shield. I can try Googling what spiritual meaning of a shield is. Spiritual meaning of a shield, like a force field, a bubble. I don't know, guys. It includes the shed of faith. Theros in Greek. Theros in Greek. A shield large enough to provide full protection from attack, covering the believer from head to toe, from hand to hand spiritual warfare. Ultimately, the Lord is described as the shield. No matter who rises up against us, he covers up. So that would be pride, bury his walls. But I feel it from the masculine and I feel it from the woman. So this is what's between the feminine and masculine right now, are the two massive energies. And within those energies comes happiness, sorrow, depression, justification, worry, or why did I think this way? Because the hangman was there. So these are the two main energies right now. A large shield enough to protect from full attack, right? Like the bubble. But I didn't feel it as a bubble. So it's covering the believer from head to toe. So someone is see what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm the believer, that's why I feel like if I'm putting myself for you guys to relate, the believer would be me, head to toe, during hand-to-hand spiritual warfare. Here's the thing. Spiritual warfare is a very powerful word. I didn't even know. It makes sense now if spiritual warfare is going down. It actually, it makes sense how I get all my messages. It makes sense with all the shit I'm talking about with I can't believe Jen did this and I can't believe this one's doing this and this one's doing this and stay off of this. So there is some type of spiritual warfare. But that's the bigger energy. But ultimately the Lord is described as the shield. No matter who rises against us, he covers up. I'm feeling both energies there, which would make sense because that's the shield, right? I don't like the spiritual warfare because that's going to last longer than you think. And I don't like that. That's when that's spiritual warfare is to me is when the collective comes together once a year or once every couple years. The dark and the energy that's up there. So it's like the dark and the light come together and they figure out it's ironic because we were just talking about this just a couple weeks ago, right? So it was almost like my intuition giving us heads up. I want to say I almost discussed this a couple weeks ago. And it's like, to me, it's like when they come together and they agree, like they have to agree. And nobody wants to agree, but sometimes they have to agree. It's like you can't leave until you agree. And it's like, if we're spiritual warfare, that means somebody went against their word. Somebody went against like their promise. Like their promise was broken. It almost reminds me of Greek mythology when back in the day, if someone died, there was like 12 days of mourning and you gave somebody your word. I won't attack your kingdom. And you would keep your word. Right? So there's some type of Roman mythology here too, which would make sense because it is talking about Greek, right? But like the Greeks mainly fought with it's like Rome and Egypt. It kind of was like I don't know who they were fighting with then, but that's regardless. I can't even think of that. I don't even know. I wasn't there. I wasn't even fucking around then. Okay. So like I don't know who they were fighting. So that means when the light and the dark came together, which they barely ever do, they had to agree. They had to have agreed, and then someone went against their word. So I don't know how to put this all together. So yes, be careful right now because there is spiritual warfare. So everyone thinks they're right. The dark, and the light. So there's no happy medium right now. That can get fucking ugly. I thought you had to come to terms before you break that. But I feel like nothing came to terms. Like the council didn't come to terms, or it's pulling me to like again Roman mythology where before there was royals, I believe it was a council, but it might not have been called a council. It's like a jury. There was 10 of them, 12 of them. It's like a council. But I don't know if that's the exact words, but it was before the royal and before like the kings laid yada yada, and then the king stepped in afterwards. I got goosebumps. So I'm right. And I completely fucking forget what I'm talking about right now when they have me in this shit. So there is spiritual warfare, which is not good. I'd be more concerned about that. So there's lots of voids, so be careful. See? It boils down to exactly what I said. There's this energy of like of driven and like you're just doing your thing, and then the other one's like pride and ego, right? It's a force field. It's like that. It's like dark and light. This other person that's in the dark could have a heart of fucking gold, for all we know, people. But they're portraying dark. So if this is about two people here on earth and it's not spiritual warfare, you're like fucked if there's no compromise. See, I felt something taboo, but that didn't come out like that. No, there's something taboo, but it just didn't come out like that. So I don't know if it's like for the mass. I don't know, guys. I said there's a shield between the two energy. It makes sense. You got one that's more carefree and living, life, right? And the other one that's like false. What I want to say is false, false, miss, false, false. It's not miscommunication, false. Just popped in my head and it's gone. I hope it's not spiritual warfare. I hope it's just between the two energies. Because if that's the case, then you can just go your own way and say, fuck that shit, right? I'm hoping it'd be more like that. So, but I think it's got to be spiritual warfare, guys, because I've been talking about the readers. So it is something to do with the council. Yeah, I got goosebumps. Hands down, it is. So that's not good, though. I don't. That's not good. We can't. Nobody can fix that one. People are gonna start getting called out, like called. People are gonna start getting called, guys. Like if you have a gift, you're gonna start your intuition, something. You're gonna be called. You're gonna be pulled. I'm telling you, because they're not agreeing. I don't know what that means for us, though. I want to break it down like it's just so like mundane, but I don't think it is. I can read you the interpretation of like spiritual warfare, but like it's not going to solve anyone's problems. Like the meaning of spiritual warfare, I don't even think how. I mean, how can they break it down? Spiritual warfare, Christian concepts of fighting against the work, premature evil forces, is based upon a biblical belief of evil spirits, demons that was said to intervene with the in human affairs in various ways. So yeah, see what I'm saying? Whoever you're dealing with in 3D, guys. Okay, so I was thinking way bigger. This just broke it down, so I'm glad I looked at it this way. You're dealing with somebody who's got entities attached. Christian concept of fighting against the work of preternatural evil forces based on a biblical belief. So there is something taboo here. Evil spirits and demons were said to intervene in human affairs. See, that's a problem because the other a lot of energies right now have demonic energy attached or some type of dark entity. And until that person does their own shadow work, until that person learns something, figures something out, those dark entities are gonna stay. So that's not good. So you got to be real careful on who. Maybe that's why it was so easy for you to pull away. Habitual patterns, thoughts built into one's life. Satan, minions, people. Satan and his minions want to capture the minds of people, the mind of his soul, who controls the mind versus the soul. So see, someone doesn't use their soul, it's like mind. And that can become dangerous when it comes to strategy, too, though. Okay. So I don't think it's, well, it is spiritual warfare, but okay. I don't think you need to worry about that because a lot of you can't even grasp that. And I'm not saying that in a mean thing. Sometimes I can't grasp that, Okay. So don't take it like that, even though it sounded like that. I don't even know how to grasp that sometimes. There's nothing we can do in that situation. And none of us knows. We all have beliefs, but none of us know how it really goes down. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, please don't take offense to that. So I think what is like, that's definitely happening because it has to be because of the readers and all this stuff I'm talking about, right? So I know it's happening. Um, all you can do is really protect yourself, but it's more than just protecting yourself. It's if you're vibing at a higher level, it's almost like they can't touch you. So if you're at a lower level right now, you better be real careful. And I hate to say it, and I don't want to freak you out. But if you're vibing at a lower level, you probably have entities or darker energy around you because there's something either conscious or subconscious or some type of trauma from childhood or something you never dealt with or something you know is there but you avoid, right? And it's like you're just calling for attack. Yeah, and I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. Because if you're vibing high, they can't fuck with you. They don't even bother. They don't even bother unless there's a vendetta. But that's way different. You would have to be extremely powerful. Like I would have to be a lot more powerful, I think, for that to even come my way. Where my guys would be like, it'd be like Care Bears, like get the fuck out of here. So I don't even think like, you know what I'm saying? See that interpretation? That was weird. So I do feel like you're vibing higher. So clearly you probably have one that's more spiritual and you have one that there's something that's taboo, right? So it's like in the biblical sense too. So it's like also has to do with conditioning on their end, pride, conditioning, hearsay. I think they're changing their mind. I think they're changing their perspective. Wow, maybe this is my life. Maybe that is cool. Maybe I do believe in that. Wow, do 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 do. Wow, do 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 do. Right. So when that wow do 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 comes in, you have that you have that darker power or you have that entity or you have something that's been feeding off of you, a latch to you and you've never known it. And it's like you're starting to wake up and they want to hold you down. See, some of you are not going to understand or comprehend what I'm saying. And I know that sounds so rude, but it's the truth. So I don't know how to break it down for you to fix it. All I know is that you got to vibe higher, and it's like you can't just protect yourself by asking guides. Blah 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 blah. It's a mindset. You got to get yourself out of a mindset, which I think is happening because the hangman is out, but not out. But in my head, it's out, right? So that's why the DACA entities are waking up, and it's like they want to hold you down. Holy shit. This is like insane messages, and I didn't even read cards. So you're dealing with people who have pretty lots of conditioning and beliefs and are worried about what other people think if they were to go, I think, in a more spiritual direction. Because that's the only time energy like that kicks in. And that hasn't happened in a while. I don't think that's happened for a couple of years. So there's a shield in 3D. So you have a high vibing energy and you have a low vibing energy. The high vibing is going to stay high, but you got to be careful for when the low comes around because there's going to be lots of lows people. It's not just going to be that one particular person, place, or thing that you think it is. Not if there's a warfare going on. So realistically, I don't want to say to you, do this, do that, do the best you can. Take a bath, take a shower, ask you guys to help. Like, do I think you need to like shield yourself in a bubble and this, that? Like, no, I don't think you guys are there. If you're either vibing high or you're vibing low. And if you're vibing low and you're a really good person, because I know some of you are in like a funk, you're either going to step out of that funk or you better figure out how to step out of that funk. And I hate to say it like that because I just feel like that was a threat. See, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. That just came out of my mouth. Like I just threatened you guys. So I think the best way for you to protect yourself if you're vibing high is the stuff you would normally do, certain music, hanging out with certain things. Like you got to be real careful. You might even want to block certain outlets, to be quite honest with you. People, places, and things, whether you want to do it or not, especially if this reading is making fucking sense to you. So I really feel like if you're in a funk, you're probably going to step out of it and vibe higher. But I don't know for sure. I feel like it's more like you'd be on the verge of stepping out, and that's why the entities come in. That's why the darker forces come in, because you're on the verge of stepping out. So this is a way different awakening than just like a spiritual awakening. This is like, whoa, this is like a collective awakening. Like okay, so there's a lot more going on astrologically than I thought I knew. I don't even think too many people talk about this or even know about this stuff. So I know it's happening, but I wasn't even aware it was happening until now, until that song came in. It's so weird how I get my messages. It's typically through music or animals. So, geez, wow. I think I just need to absorb this for a minute too. So, if you're in a funk, you're holding on to something, you're clinging to something. It's childhood trauma. It's the subconscious. It's the dark night of the soul. It's living a life of lies. There could be so many things. But I feel like I'm vibing high. So like, it's either you're vibing high or low. There's no in between right now. And if you're vibing low, I don't panic. Especially if you guys are here all the time. Like, don't panic. You just got to do a better job getting yourself out of the funk. You have to partake. Don't be like, oh, spirit, I need you to help get me out of this funk. I give you permission to get me out of this funk. No, that's not going to cover your ass right now. You cover your own ass and get your own ass out of the fucking funk that you decided to stay in, or you know you're staying in. If it's just a normal funk, like I don't know my ass from my elbow, and it's just you're off and it's just one of those days, don't worry about it. I'm talking like if you're in a funk and you know your ego's getting in the way and no, my way and control and all that, that's a whole nother scenario. If it's just a funk where again, where it's like you're just like a little low or you're having a rough day or this, don't even worry about it. You're gonna bounce out of that. Just like Tigger, see what I'm saying? You're gonna bounce out of that. So you don't gotta worry about it. The people that need to worry are the ones that are protecting themselves from what? I feel like a rapper right now. Straight up for what? Straight. There's like a rapper that like turn down for what? Turn down for what? Oh shit. That song came out 3 years ago when the collective energy, oh man. We are no question in spiritual warfare. Do you remember I told you I was at Country Fest? No, where was I? Remember I cried and cried and cried. It was like 3 years ago. And I remember that song coming on, turn down for what? And it was the day that the collective came together, or it was the day before or a day after. And that was the last time I knew the collective was coming together like that, down for what? So it does feel a little like Mercury. I said that the other day. So we are in a collective. It is a spiritual warfare right now. So I don't know how long that lasts, but that energy is no joke. Oh, damn, guys. Street Fest. I was on Street Fest. Lansing Ave in Boston. Do you guys remember that? I cried and cried. It was awful. It was like one of the worst days I've ever experienced. And that was the collective energy. And I just remember, turn down for what? And that's that energy. It is the eclipse. Yeah. You must have just bounced on. Shannon, you must have just joined us. So you might want to stop from the beginning. I know you like to kind of tune in. You did, yeah. You might, unfortunately, for you to really kind of understand what we're talking about right now, you kind of got to watch it from the beginning. So Oh, it's like out of your hands. This can go either way. Man, guys, this is way bigger than you think. And it's who cares about fucking 3D? Well, I care about 3D. We live in 3D. See, you can tell I'm vibing higher because it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't be relevant. But it kind of is relevant because you play a role. See what I'm saying? Oh, man. I don't know what to tell you. I just hear in my head, save yourself. Honestly, save yourself. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad for an energy. Don't feel suckered in. Don't let sexual energy get the best of you. Like, I really don't know what to tell you. I don't know how long the collective comes together for one day, okay? Or however long it takes. I can't imagine more than 24 to 48 hours. I'm thinking they didn't agree. Because was no, it's not I'm thinking. Well, I was thinking, but now I know it's not thinking, it's not a thought. That's what actually happened because we wouldn't be in spiritual warfare if they agreed. Unless they agreed to attack what needs to be attacked. But that means your guides would have to agree. But then that means your guides have been trying to get you out of a funk for a really long time and it wasn't working. So if you have a spiritual warfare, if you have an attack like that, I hate to say it, it's your fault. It's your fault. And I hate to say it, but it's your fault because you knew better and you were smarter than that. Oh man, guys. This changes everything. Everything. It changes everything. The whole ball game. This changes everything. You guys worried about fucking certain shit coming on my board? You don't gotta worry about that shit no more. Gone. Gone. This fucking changes everything. Head goosebumps from head to toe. This is what changes the game. It's gone. That's it. That's it. Last time this happened, it was September. So I don't know if they've been trying to agree for months and months now. To me, you probably have known better since September. So for those who are under spiritual attack, like I don't want to say you're fucked, but you're gonna get fucked with because it was like turn down for what? So you got the darker energy is more powerful, believe it or not. And if you're light, if you're like you're in my energy and you're vibing higher, you're working with light and dark, so they can't touch you like that. Does that make sense? But you're also getting a tune-up. You're getting like I got goosebumps. I don't want to call it a tune-up like you're a fucking car, but we are kind of machines. I hate to say it. We have to break our own programming, right? So we're getting a turn up. We're getting we're getting twerk, a tweak. We're getting so the vibing, the higher vibing are getting like I don't know the word I'm trying to say. A top up? I think you're getting a top up. And yes, I got the goosebumps. You're getting a top up. Okay, so it's gonna be hard to fuck with you. Which I think is now gonna be tricky for the opposite energy. Because to me it's gonna be tricky for the opposite energy, whether it's a boyfriend, a girlfriend, an ex, a child, a family member. Like it's you're gonna be bumping heads. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't know how long it's gonna take for this energy to subside. So that's that's what's happening. So I don't know what to tell you. You just got to deal. You got to fight through. Like, if you don't, like, you're going to be down for the count for a couple years, which makes sense. Remember the reading I did last week with the high priestess energy? And it's like, we've been waiting for this. And I remember saying to some of you, like, don't get your panties in a bunch. Like, it could take 8 months, it could take a couple weeks, or you're going to see something. Or some people are just starting this journey and you won't see something for like a year, but don't give up because the year is going to be rougher. I remember saying, like, some people are just starting this journey. And if that's the case, it's like your life's going to start changing, but you see stuff relevant along the way, but like the next part of the chapter or something won't kick in from like for like 6 months to a year or something. And it's ironic that I said that because I came across somebody that I work with, and it's like he gave me my confirmation because we've been going back and forth. And if he's watching, what up, Buttercup? But he just started a spiritual journey, and we've been talking, and so he's just starting. So it kind of like gave me confirmation, even though I read it and I saw it. It's like, but he's starting in a different way. Because I can see other people starting in another way, which is weird. Because you would think there's only one way. So there's more like, oh, I'll believe a little bit, or it's more like, all right, you can do your thing and I'll accept it. But the other one's like a hardcore, they're about to experience what we experienced when we first stepped in, thinking we all had a catalyst, and we're thinking we all had a twin flame, and we were like, ooh, what do do? Yeah, right. So it's like starting that type of journey is kind of like where he's at, like getting through that, like clearing his energy, learning how to heal, like what should he look into, and like that's where he's at. And then I feel like there's like a whole nother group that's like, all right, I need to accept this aspect of it. But at the same time, it's now becoming more interesting, which I think is throwing them a little bit. See, I don't know. I almost feel like someone's blaming you, but like, or not blaming you. Well, yeah, but like the vibe I got from that is like, I don't know if they think you just came in and tried to change them or you're trying to change them. But the thing is, they're already changing. Like they were meant to evolve. You know what I'm saying? So if you happen to be like the bait or the catalyst or the friends or whatever it is, like it is what it is. Like it was meant to have that jump start, right? But I almost feel like I don't know if they think you're using magic on them or something, like they're blaming your spirituality for something they're going through as if you're trying to change their perception or how they're comprehending something, which is not the case. They had already agreed coming into this life to take that step or to take that journey anyway, and they have to break that conditioning because they grew up differently. They grew up Christian or Catholic. It's biblical, right? So it actually makes sense. It's like part of their journey to break that part. I don't think it's the bigger lesson to push through. I think it's because eventually it's going to be like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I can't believe I was so worried about that. Like that's how that will all end up going down anyway. So it's like not a big deal because I feel like the lesson's way different. So yeah, you got a lot of energy all around. So the ones that are vibing a little higher have definitely like some type of top up, and the other energy has dark entity that they have to. It's like fighting demonic energy, but in a different way than we fought off demonic energy. Like for me, I fought off demonic energy through dreams and um them thinking they can just come in and have sex and blah 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 blah. Like it's pretty scary. A majority of the women experience that part of it more than men do because we're not working from pride there. Ours is like a different type of fear. Their fear is based from pride. Our fear is based from I don't know, but it wasn't pride. Does that make sense? Good, it makes sense to you. Because some people who are like, what is she talking about sexually? I don't even know. There's a word for it. So it's like we battle it differently than they battle the ego battles it. Man, it's some people just cannot gonna be able to relate to this video. I kind of feel bad. I don't know how to break it down in different ways because it's just the way it is. But I also don't feel the need to explain like that, which is weird too. So I know I'm working with my dark and light right now. I know I'm vibing high, but see how I almost kind of threatened you too. So I'm not worried about it. I don't think you need to worry about it unless you're like really threatening somebody and you're losing your shit. But I feel like if you're vibing high, that's not gonna happen. You're working with the dark and the light. You've already found that balance. I think you have a strong masculine energies around you that do not know how to work with the feminine side at all. Right? Like vulnerability to them is like a turn off. And in our eyes, it's like a fucking turn on. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole persona. So much more than meets the eye right now, guys. So that's tough too. I've been on over an hour. I still gotta go to the market. Fuck, man. Let me just Google what time the market closes. I didn't even get to your read. It's like I already told you everything that's going on without even the freaking cards right now. So in 3D though, there's a shield between the higher vibing and the lower vibing. What up, Buttercup?
You didn't buy no batteries.
I gotta go to the market.
You said you buy some batteries.
I told you I would buy them at the market today, and I'm going to the market in a little while.
My controller's about to die, and I got no batteries.
Go upstairs and ask Grandpa.
Oh.
Then you're shit out of luck
Why
until I
didn't you
get
buy
back to
any?
the store.
Huh?
Then you're shit out of luck until I get back to the store.
When you going?
A little while.
Today?
Yeah.
I have that candy cane?
You want my candy cane?
Well, there's more upstairs.
I actually took it to work today thinking I might have it, but I didn't.
Oh. The Skittle one, too. You're missing out. Love you.
Love you more. What was I just Googling? Oh, the store. So if you want me to break it down so the average person can understand, and I'm not meaning that as an insult. See, I think that's going to be a problem. And it is a problem because if someone is spiritual, it's so much easier to have a relationship with somebody who's like-minded, right? So if that person can't even accept what you do or is worried about how other people are going to feel if they step into that, it's not going to work for you guys. It's a given. And I hate to say it. Unless they change their perspective, which I think some of them are going to be like, wow, I can't believe I thought that way. When they're like, wow, I'm kind of tuning into this, or I'm kind of tuning into that, or you know what I'm saying? But they grew up one way, and along the way, too many people have been yapping in the ear, and they took someone's poor advice, right? I don't know what role you all played here. Because I think in the 3D, if that shield's there like I saw it, it's there for a reason. So it's almost, and I got goosebumps. It's like it's not even like they need to let the walls down. It's bigger than that. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't quite know how to explain this. So if you're dealing with somebody who's not spiritual, they're not going to be able to wrap their head around with what I'm saying right now. I'm dead serious. They're not going to like. And they're like, this chick's crazy. And it's like, we're looking at them like, you can't even waste your time with somebody who thinks you're crazy or who thinks, you make shit up. Like, because you're way past that. And somebody else is not past that phase. And it reminds me of such a childish phase. But it's not childish to them because they have their own belief, which I don't think is their belief. I think it comes from family. See what I'm saying? So this is not something that can just get fixed like that unless you're dealing with somebody who chooses to overpower the entities. Because that's what's happening right now. It's like it's a different type of awakening. See what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, light bulb. It's like you're about to step into something like that means that person was meant to be on the same level as you. And that doesn't happen overnight, guys. You might have to back away for a year or so before this person even comes back around where you can even relate. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's way bigger. It's way bigger than you think. It's out of your hands. There's not one single thing that you can do for somebody else right now. Fight for yourself. You couldn't even protect your kids if this was happening to your kid right now. I hate to say it, but you can't. It's their own karma. It's their own agreement. This is also how people were raised. If you don't break the conditioning, then but I still again I keep seeing the hangman. So I do feel like it's like on the verge of I can't believe I thought that way. I can't believe I'm stopping something when it's like all I want, but with that comes the trickle effect of everything that's been holding you back. No, this transition is not going to take as long as you think. This you're right. This is one of these things where it's like the transition happens quicker than you think, like your belief or your thought. It's like a shift because it's already been there for a long time. That thought, that belief of that conditioning has already been there. It's already been an issue. It's already been a thing. Like the minute somebody came into your life 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it was like, oh damn, conditioning already kicked in, belief already kicked in, or you know what I'm saying? Like that thought was already there. So that's why it's not going to take as long. It's because this isn't like an epiphany, like it just happened. This has been the reality of a situation for years now. And some of you are going to be able to relate, and others you are not going to be able to relate to what I'm saying. And I keep giving yourself scenarios of like me or this and that so I can help kind of break it down because I know some of you are starting brand new. Like if Kata was to reach out to me, like the person, like I just told you with the journey and work, and I just kind of like what I just explained, he would get it but not get it, not know how to deal with it. Like, does that make sense? But I actually already told him about the DACA energies and certain stuff. And so something might actually click for him. Big shout out to you. I should probably text him and tell him to watch this one. He might have I think he actually might be able to comprehend a little bit. And if he has any questions, so he would just clearly reach out to me. Right. But out of the whole conversation I've been having with him the last couple of days, because we worked together, we were just sitting down and shooting the shit about this stuff. He might be able to place what I'm saying. To the average Joe that's not a believer and thinks what you do is fake and it's made up, it's not going to come to them like that. It's just going to be a sense, a feeling of wanting to either be with you or to learn more because it's like a massive shift of a perspective. And what's happening with that group of collective is like, it's like the awakening. So now you got to fight off the demonic stuff, if that makes sense. It's like what the women went through to fight the demonic shit. And I got the goosebumps, so I know I'm right, but I'm not a man, so I don't know what it feels like from that side when you're dealing with pride and conditioning, and it's got to be just like us, right? It's not, though. At the end of the day, you still got to figure out how to balance the masculine and the feminine, right? But which I had the goosebumps, but like I get that. So I do think it's a little different of an experience if you're a masculine. And I don't know if that's judging or if that's wrong. I mean, each experience is an experience, right? But like one end of the spectrum, like, so if I'm going to give you like an example, like when I thought I had a twin flame, it's like that energy I was under when I had to fight off the demonic energy. That's way different. Like my ego wasn't in the way. See what I'm saying? So it's being fought differently. So that's why I'm saying I don't know how to give that advice right now for that, because that's the end that needs to be worked on. And I think all you can do is like really push through and really go after what you want or your own interests, regardless of what other people may have thought or what other people may have said. But you played part in that role too. At one point you agreed with them. Yeah, that line of work is crazy. It is make believe, or it is this, because there's something taboo here, which there has to be. It's a spiritual warfare. And you know what's crazy? And I don't even worry about judgment. And I was just saying, like, hi to Carter. If he watches this, I'll text him later. He might be able to understand this. I'm telling you right now, if somebody else randomly was like, oh, Court, she's a YouTuber, go check out her page or whatever, someone I work with, they'd be like, this chick is off a fucking rocker. They would have no fucking idea what I'm talking about right now. Because this isn't a normal conversation we have. I don't think we've had this conversation for at least 2 solid fucking years, if not 3. I feel like it came in around like the summertime or early September, October. Maybe like a year ago, we briefly touched base. There was like a lot of magic. There was a lot of black magic. There was a lot of stuff like that going on. So I don't think we've touched base or talked about anything like this in almost a couple of years. Taboo? Question mark. What's taboo? It's like spiritual, like somebody. Okay, let me give you the exact definition. Are you asking me what taboo is? No. So why question mark? You believe that. I believe you are wrong. See, there's something about your vibe right now that's like, hey, we can agree to disagree. But why are you saying taboo as if you don't even know what that means? Question mark. Guys, be careful who you're interacting with. I just said this, and no offense to you, Mike, but I'm telling you right now, like there's like for instance, we were talking about the readers, where it's like you're this person, you're this, and here's the thing. This is my belief. So I find that very strong that you would come on, that you've been on for a while, that you would say that you believe that I was wrong. See what I'm saying? Yeah, like that makes no sense right now. 0. And I hate to say it like that because I feel like you've been with me for a while. Well, what do you mean with the whole taboo? With the taboo only? You think I'm wrong with the taboo? That but what do you mean by that? So I can explain it to other people. Someone thinks spirituality is a crock of shit. That's what taboo is. Like it's too taboo. You wouldn't touch this, or you can't believe this, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's like they don't want to dare touch it, or it's scary. It comes from conditioning. Well, you're saying taboo means not to go there. But that's how they would look at it, like, as if it's, like, scary, like I just said, it's part of conditioning, it's taboo, you like, don't touch it, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't even think about it, it's a taboo. So, how can you think that's wrong when there's spiritual warfare going on? Because if the dark is trying to overpower an awakening, then somebody clearly thought that the spirituality part of something was bullshit. Again, I think a lot of beliefs think that shit's taboo. Anything that's not your belief and you have a belief is going to go against another fucking belief, guys. It's a fucking given. Therefore, it would all be fucking off limits. Therefore, it'd all be taboo. It's not just one. I mean, the Catholic belief is against it too. It's taboo to them. But you know what? My grandma, my Nana went to church every fucking Sunday. She had Buddhas in her fucking house. She did the rosary all the time. She was more fucking Catholic than Catholic I even fucking knew what Catholic was. Okay? And she still thought what I did was extremely interesting and she didn't shun it. So that part of the taboo that I'm getting at is fucking conditioning. So I don't know when you stepped in, Mike, but I don't know where that just fucking came from. Conditioning you're trying to lose. Okay. So you're trying, so you're good. You're good. There was just like a weird vibe I got off of you though. So that came out of nowhere and no offense, but it pulled me to like the readers of the DACA energy. And I'm not saying there's DACA energy around you because I don't know per se, but I felt the need to kind of call that out and not call you out, but call that out in case somebody else didn't interpret what I was trying to say. So it was more of an example. So if anybody else has something to say, like, don't take it personally right now, unless I'm saying fucking go ahead and take it personally, because I do want to break this shit down because I don't think, like I said, not to sound like an asshole, I don't think too many people are going to be able to relate, especially if you're just starting this. That's why it's so hard to like even, and I don't feel like I'm wasting my breath at all because plenty of you people who watch this are totally going to be able to know what I'm talking about. But others that are just stepping into a spiritual journey or stepping into something, they're not going to know what I'm saying. Yeah, but I think the weird vibe, don't worry about it. It's fine. Truth. Truth. We're good. Honestly. I just was almost like it was for me, it was almost like you couldn't comprehend what I was saying or you didn't agree. Like it's the way it got projected to me was like you didn't know what the fuck I was saying, or you were questioning. Well, yeah, you're realizing that now. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying with like the energy right now. Like there's that's why I'm saying there's no in between. There's that shield. I started in 2018. It was like January 1st. I started on the new year. I waited like 2 months and I hyped myself up every day. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, because this would be my 4th year. So I think this is going. We're just gonna leave it at that. I think yeah, I noticed that too, but I didn't even get into that either. So um if anybody else has any questions, I really don't know how to explain it. I think even if you're starting this journey, you might have an idea of what I'm talking about. But I can't stress enough with the Vidoes right now, because even if they're good, like spirit almost tells me, like, yeah, cool, you can go back to Jem, but let the energy subside. Let her realize what she did type energy. Because right now she's protecting what she did as if she was right. But if you're spiritual like I am or a teacher, that's like number one red flag right there. When you say you're never gonna get a good read because the world is shit, it's almost like I can guarantee. It's like I got goosebumps. It's almost like I can guarantee she didn't even realize she was saying that, or she realized she was saying it, but not to the extent on how it'd be taken by other people. And part of that problem is that people watch tarot. People watch it to get answers more than how to work with it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So it's like I work with the light and the dark, right? Because I almost felt like I was threatening you guys. Like, remember that, like, half hour ago, 45 minutes ago, in the midst of a conversation? That's how I know I'm working on light and dark, but I'm not worried about it. I know how to control it. They know how to control each other. If the dark needs to come out, the dark needs to come out right now, because I need to be more disciplined when it comes to something. Does that make sense? So I'm not worried about it. But when I'm talking about the other energy, you need to worry about that other energy. But you don't need to worry about that energy. You mind that your business when it comes to that other fucking energy. And you keep doing fucking your shit and keep vibing. That other energy now has to deal with their own consequences. So I don't think he or she created the shield. It's whether he or she can break the force shield, break the field. You see what I'm saying? Break it. And you can only do that mentally, physically, emotionally. Only one own person can do that. No amount of advice, people around that. Only one person can do that when they come to the point where they're like, where that epiphany kicks in, and it's stronger than just a normal epiphany. At that point, you're ready to take on opposition. You're ready to take on battle. You're ready, because at the end of the day, it's like all of a sudden it's like, yep, I want that. Yep, I want to be happy. Yep, blah, blah, blah. And it's like you push through. I don't want that anymore. Bam, gone. And just like that. It's way more powerful than fucking the magician energy. Like this is already like, it's already you. You already agreed on this. So you're either gonna deal with the dark side of something taboo or the light side of something taboo. Which one you want? Which makes sense, because I was just explaining this to Kata, and I didn't know how to break it down. Remember at the beginning of the journey, you could do this, you can do that, you could do porn, I could bank money in porn, because it's an addiction, it's a pull, it's toxic, it's dark. What are you gonna choose? It's like the easy way, because it's lust, it's money, it's lust. Or you're gonna do it the other way and break it down and go through hardship and so many different things, which is a fucking struggle after struggle after struggle after struggle. See what I'm saying? Majority of people just want to take the easy way out. That's where the energy kind of is. And then you make your choice. You already made a choice in another lifetime. It's already part of your karma, your program, and choice has already been fucking made. It's what are you gonna do about it? It's not, do I want to date him? Do I want to leave this? It's not about more dating shit anymore. You get what I'm saying? Game changer. It's not everyday shit no more. It's the way you want to live your life. It's eye-opening. It's way different than just an epiphany, guys. Way different. Is make it or break it. You agreed to it. Just like I did. Get what I'm saying? And now it's like, here, we need the new collective. This is why it's happening. The new energy, the new people, the new, like, bring it. Let's go. We got a whole new generation to work on. That's what that is. Swear to God. They don't make it, they don't make it. That's why that shield is there. It's going to be real easy to walk away from things, and other people, it's not going to be easy to walk away from. But then they're going to be like, that's when that epiphany hangman kicks in for that other energy. I can't believe it. Because they overcame the demonic energy some way, somehow. I don't know how they fought the demonic energy, but it's been being fought. It's not like we're just starting to put our swords up. The shield's been fucking, it's like the family fucking crest. It's been on the wall for generations. See what I'm saying? This is not something that just happens overnight. Someone spiritual probably stepped into somebody else's spiritual world, or stepped into their world because of an agreement that they already made in another fucking lifetime, guys. It's part of your contract. Everybody, I truly have a belief. Everybody comes in spiritual. Everybody comes in programmed. Everyone's reincarnated. Again, my belief. And then you grow up with conditioning and who you're raised by and how it's going to affect your life and what type of karma do you, because it's been so karmic, all the energy, right? What are you going to push through? Which direction you going to go? The one where it's like now all of a sudden there's an interest, but all the other people would be like, huh? But then you got to face your own consequences for talking shit about it at one point. And then it's like eye-opening for everybody else on the other end. Cause it's like, wow, okay, you were actually interested in that. But at the same time, you always talk shit about it. So it's like, you're throwing everybody off. It's like me, I threw so many people off, but I feel like that energy is like in a different way. Mine was more like, out of nowhere, kind of, right? Because I was so scared. I mean, I had rosary beads. I had holy water. I mean, you name it. So scared of that stuff. So I threw everybody off, like, all of a sudden, I'm going to be a tarot reader. I'm going to do this, right? It's different. And yes, I had to break some conditioning. But the energy of the pride and all the other stuff between the dark and the light, right? You got to break down ego. You got to break. There's so many things being broken down, but it's all linked to conditioning. And yes, mine was linked to conditioning, but like in a different way. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't quite know how to explain it because I didn't experience it the way people are experiencing right now. I still know at the end of the day, the most important thing is you gotta find that balance. If you can find that balance, and if you can interpret like what I'm saying right now, and I feel like I'm no one's stupid. So I don't know why I keep feeling this way. Like, do you feel like you're stupid? Like, I don't even know how to explain it because I feel like, I don't know if you think people are going to think you're stupid. I don't even know why that's happening. But like, if you can find, like, if you're dealing with ego, right, you got to deal with the shadow side of it. Like, you got to be broken down. You got to break down your own wall. It's not about someone coming in and doing it. Whoever agreed on that, but they probably didn't even know they were coming in to agree on that either. Like, we don't know until stuff is said and done, right? And why we're called in this direction or that direction until like it's like the dust is settled, right? And you can kind of like really comprehend how something went down. So I think everybody was in the midst of like the ring of fire. Have we been in the ring of fire for years? I don't know, because it just pulled me to that too. But I really feel like pride, right? It's like, it hurts ego. It's like so many things, you allow it to get in the way of so many things. Like, showing that you really care, or trusting, and breaking down certain stuff. So if you got to break down ego, it's like I never had to break down my ego like that. So I had to break down other things. So it's tricky. Say you think vulnerability is makes you weak, right? It doesn't. In other people's eyes, it makes you hot as shit. But you have this concept of I'll look weak. That's pride. That's ego. That's what's changing. Like, wow, I can't believe I gave him or her the impression of that, or of like I didn't care, because the person that's dealing with ego is like they could have a heart of gold, but right now they have zero compassion. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's stuff like that that's being worked on. That didn't have to be broken down for me. That wasn't part of one of my lessons, or wasn't part of one of my things that I went through. So I don't quite know how to walk you through that one, except I do know the answer for you at the end of the day would be to find that balance. So if you thought that made you weak, you're wrong. It's the opposite for you. It makes you strong. See what I'm saying? But it's so more than that. That's just like one part of the factor. And you're either gonna make it or you're not. That's why that shield's there right now. You know? Yeah, you grow up in society until you decide your own belief, or you decide what you want to decide. But I think what was happening with a huge group of the collective was other people's opinion, how you were raised, and you stuck to it. But the crazy thing is, it's like it's not even something you ever followed through. It's just been a curse. It's some type of curse on a family. It's like a family curse. You gotta stay. Like, see how crazy, like, you gotta stay. Like, you gotta stay within like the family dynamics. You gotta stay within what like our own beliefs. It's like fucking creepy. But hey, it's how you were raised. It is what it is. See what I'm saying? So it's like someone's battling a massive group right now is battling that. So it's almost like, so if ego played part of it, at one point you laughed at spirituality too, or you thought, the Ouija board or whatever is like it's taboo, right? It's like you would laugh, like it just you didn't believe in that shit, but you were raised that way. I wasn't raised with a certain belief. Like, I was raised Catholic, but I was never told you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. The group that's massively being broken right now, I'd say, has a whole lot to do with conditioning. Because it's like a family curse. It's ruining everything. Like, it's make it or break it. And if you make it, great. If you can't break it, you're gonna stay in that cycle. And then your kids will have to step in. The next generation will have to step in and fight it themselves. And I feel like that generation is already doing that. I feel like the two of you are fighting for no fucking reason. I mean, there's always a reason, but you see the bigger picture. It's because it wasn't broken and it should have been broken. And it's like you're being faced with this generation. It's a lot. I'm not even going to read cards right now. This is your reading. If anything, when I get back from the market, I will. But this is for real, you guys is reading. This is what's going on. If I break the cards down and I tell you, okay, here's the drive and then here's the dark. Here's the drive, here's the make it or break it. It's going to be the same old fucking story. So I'm hoping, what I want to say is I'm hoping the way I'm breaking it down now will help, but I don't know if it will. Because it's borderline with the dark. It's so borderline, and the demonic is really like, it's scary for the demonic right now. It's scary for the demonic right now. This is where they lose. Some will win, some will lose. I got goosebumps. So it becomes stronger and stronger. So there is a shield. So I think that's why the driven is so like disciplined right now as like hard pass, or you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't think you're going to be blocked from their energy though. So that's why I said you have to partake in this, if that makes sense. Like the driven has to play part. But I think it's going to be way easy for you to play part because you've already had enough. Like everything's been orchestrated, guys. People have come in and out of your life in the last year or two because it's something you agreed on lifetimes ago or your last lifetime ago. Doesn't mean something's not real. You just got to figure out how to break something down, or you got to figure out how to break yourself down. You got to reprogram your own brain. So to me, there's got to be something like a gift you're really good at. But it's like the way you're going about it, you could never be an influencer right now because your ego's there. You're working with demonic energy. You wouldn't be the right type of influencer. But if you push through and believe in yourself and believe in possibilities or believe in that interest is there, you could be a kick-ass fucking influencer. Does that make sense? That message was for some people, that's for sure. When it came out of my mouth. You can't teach and guide people when your fucking ego's in the way. You can't. Yeah, you might be really good at what you do, but that ain't gonna benefit nobody. It only benefited you. And it benefited you because if you push through the demonic energy, it's really gonna fucking benefit you. But right now, it ain't benefiting nobody. It's gonna stop benefiting you too. The dark will let you win some, and they'll let you lose some. But you choose wrong. This is like choose wisely. It's actually a little intimidating. But the ones that are driven right now, there's no need to be intimidated. So there is spiritual warfare. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know how long it's going to last, guys. And it's, you would think like it'd be different for everybody, but it won't be. There's time limits on that shit. See what I'm saying? That's why I said like it's a whole different ball game. That's what I mean by that. There's time limits on spiritual warfare. They agree to disagree. So everybody has at it. And then it's like, even the guides with good people, they don't really have much of a say. If you're driven, you're good. But if you're working with dark energy and entities, like I said, you already knew to follow your gut. You already knew there was a pull in a certain direction. And there were so many signs within ample amount of time. Like it's like you're way past that fucking expiration date. See what I'm saying? So your guides don't even have pull in this situation anymore because there's a warfare. So that's why I'm saying to you, it's a massive ball game. It's a massive game changer, guys. Like that's energy on the board, bang, done. Like it will linger, but it's not staying. Like this is a game changer, and it's not anything to do with the 3D. right now. This is all spiritual warfare, and I don't know how long. I got goosebumps. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I can't imagine that. Like I said, it's not that long. There's time limits on that shit. You're either gonna be taken or you're not. And that's facts. I'm telling you, that's facts. That's how that's gonna go. For those who were meant to proceed, to give me what you need, high five, motherfuckers. For those who agreed to do this in this lifetime, this is make it or break it. You don't get another chance 2 years down the fucking road. This is it. You will live the rest of your life the way you have been living your life. And it's probably not great because you needed to get to not great to see what the light is like. So for those who don't make it, will be living their lives half-assed the rest of their life. I mean, it's a fucking given. You don't get another chance in 2 years. You don't. It's a big deal. Universe needs you now. I'm telling you, some people cannot even fathom what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, like, with certain people in my life, I can't even fathom having conversations with people anymore. And I love my friends and I love certain people, but it's like, they're like, and it's not like they can't comprehend me. I'm just in a place in my life where I don't even fucking feel the need to like even explain what I'm saying to you. If you truly don't really want to know, I'm not going to waste my time. And I don't even feel bad anymore. See what I'm saying? So that's why the higher vibration, I know you're good. You don't have to really worry about it. You do have to partake and block if you need to block, or there's certain stuff, right? So I mean, that's just what's happening right now with the collective. There's a time limit. And I don't know what it is. I would think maybe no more than a few weeks. That's a fucking given. I don't even think I got the goosebumps. I don't even think you would have a couple weeks. I don't know what happens and how much time if the dark and light can't agree. They can't agree. This spiritual warfare only happens if they can't agree. Okay. And then everybody gets to go in and do what it is they want to do, or how they want to perceive, or if they want you. I know what some of you are not going to understand. Half the time, I don't even understand what the fuck I'm saying. It's something I've experienced. It's just something I know. So I think you have like single digits left. And this has nothing to do with the eclipse. Never mind the eclipse. That's why I think it's going to be easier for some people because of the eclipse, and you are already thriving. For those who are not thriving, it's open, it's not locked. Turn it the other way. I don't know what that is, homie. But for those who are not thriving.
I found some, but only halfway, so.
Oh, halfway.
Are you going to go today, you think?
Yes, I told you I'm going today. For those who are thriving, I that's why I feel like it's probably going to be a little easier, but there's also a block there, and I wouldn't say it's fear. I think it's just because you've had enough, right? So you've been living in reality when other people have not. They've been, even their thoughts and the way they went about something was very unpractical. And I really think that they think that you influenced them to a point where it's like their heads all twisted, but you were just the catalyst in the situation, whether you're meant to stay or not, if that makes sense. So there's no more someone can say or do to change someone's thought or perspective. They're on their own. So if you were playing part of that, there's nothing you can say or do to change what that person decides next. The energy's already been here, if that makes sense. It's like there's no going back. It's either you're all done or you move forward. There's no in between. And now your guides is something that so there's still protection, but your guides still don't have control in a situation anymore, because you've already have known better. You've already seen signs. You already should have been following your intuition for years now. Years. This isn't something that just happened overnight. This has been a thought for years. So the dark and the light, it's been, I think, the first time in 3 years where they probably haven't agreed on something. It's no longer, I almost said it's no longer relevant, but I don't know what part is relevant and what's not. I'm just channeling and talking. So I don't, it's something is no longer relevant, which is probably you, because I was just talking about you. Like, and I don't mean that in a way. I don't mean that in a way. I mean it in a way like I was just saying there's nothing someone can say or do at this point anymore, is what I mean. It's up to that individual to wrap up their own karma, go in a direction that they see fit for them. But there's been so many things throughout the years holding them back. And then that right person comes in, a catalyst, energy, bait, whatever you want to call it, comes in and it's like eye opening. And this person didn't come in to change you or make you go this route or make you go that. It's not like that. Catalysts don't even know what they're doing half the fucking time. You might have had some type of idea, but you didn't know the end game. And you still don't know the end game. For those who are in darker energy, you do not know the end game. This is energy where it's like you didn't want to take a step forward because you didn't know how something was going to pan out. You can't live your life that way. For some reason, somehow, Two of Cups, King of Coins, for some reason, somehow, your whole life, a majority of you have managed to be practical about a situation, be practical about love, be practical about something, right? But like, there's nothing practical to the situation you're in right now. Like that want to know why is conditioning. It will not pan out the way you think it is. You have zero control over how something's going to turn out. You have zero control of how you think a relationship should go because you thought it should go that way in the past because that's what you experienced. See what I'm saying? This all boils down to fucking conditioning. You try to control something you couldn't control. You tried to figure out what the outcome would be instead of just letting things naturally take its course. You put yourself in this situation yourself, knowing that you haven't been following your gut or doing what you really wanted to do for a long time now. And it has nothing to do with the person that mysteriously came into your life. And that's fucking facts, people. This is somebody who wanted to practically, but very not realistically, decide how something should go. This is mutual love. There's nothing mutual here. This should be the King of Cups. There's nothing mutual here. This is wanting to take the practical route. It is, and it's gotten you nowhere. I guarantee under this card, no way. See? The devil. No way. No way. No way. Conditioning. Under the Two of Cups, the death. See? There's no love. There's no mutual understanding. There's no compromise. This is my way or the highway. That's not a thing. You can't control love. You can try to transform it the right way, but I'll tell you right now, you can't transform this mutual love unless you get on mutual playing grounds. And this energy is not anywhere close to mutual playing grounds. And if that was mutual love, this would be the King of Cups, not the fucking King of Pence. So this has to absolutely do with the way you manifested something too. And I hate to say it, but that's the fucking reality of a situation. I don't know if you asked for both, but you got more of this because you fed the other energy. But hey, there's a reason for everything, right? High Priestess of Reverse, like I said, someone who wouldn't follow their intuition. They stayed in a toxic situation, my way or the highway. So I just wanted one card of energy. I wasn't even expecting to like read that, whether you want to transform something or not, but something is dead now because of the way something went down. You can't control outcomes. Maybe you can in a realistic way when it comes to your money if you're playing the name of the game with the King of Pens right there, but not when it comes to your love life. It's like you didn't want to budge your thoughts, your beliefs, or because it's like you didn't want to budge because why? Like, I don't know. Because you didn't know the outcome. So you're dealing with a group of collective that are very reliable and very practical, but they don't make moves unless they think it through. They don't make moves unless it's practical to them or they can figure it out. Like X plus Z makes equals. You know what I mean? Not in this case. Not in this case, because now it's over, now it's done, now it's ruined. This is somebody who allowed their conditioning, their energy with the devil energy there and the high priestess reverse. That's not anyone who's spiritual. That's somebody that was very unrealistic about their approach or very unrealistic about how love should be, how relationships should be, how relationships should be maintained. You're dealing with somebody who had no idea how to maintain a loving, compassionate relationship because they've never experienced it. The devil and death. I know you can't make this shit up. I know. But people want to like look at you as if you have no idea what you're fucking talking about. And it's like, I'm at the top point of my life where I was fucking 3 years ago, but even stronger now where it's like, get the fuck out of here. I don't even feel the need to fucking explain that shit to you anymore. Like, I'm over it. Like, my belief will overpower your fucking lack any day. Any day. Take myself and remanifest the situation real fucking quick. And that's not me being an asshole. That's not me not having fucking compassion. It's more than me just having my fucking worth. Whatever you just experienced was around and around and around and around and around. It's like your decision to put that shield up or whatever the hell's going on has nothing to do with love at the end of the day. And I hate to say it because I feel like somehow I just contradicted myself by saying the belief and the taboo and all that, but I didn't. I will choose my belief if there's a man in my life and that person does not believe in what I do, I will still love you and I'll probably fucking marry you. But the only way that's gonna happen is if you can respect and accept what I do. Don't talk shit about what I do. Don't try to change what I do. Like, it comes with fucking conditions. That's not what that was. That was my way. It's going to go down my way. No. See the difference? So technically I didn't contradict myself. Because apparently someone right then thought I did. So I don't know if there's a lot of cross watchers watching. I have no idea, which would make sense. So yeah, hands down every day, I would definitely choose my belief and what got me through at the end of the day over a non-believer. I don't got time for non-believers. Does that make sense? So there's a lot going on. I keep feeling I want to split the deck. I keep coming to see it's like not taking action, no drive, no passion. See what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Page of Cups reverse, like not telling you how you feel, not in tuned, emotionally cut off, detached, not going after what they want. They could have some type of influence, in the background, a strong Leo influence or a strong Taurus influence. But it's like you're not talking about it or something. With the Eight of Swords reverse, it's trying to get out of it. So again, I don't think anybody that's on my channel right now is watching. It's not about where things are in the 3D right now. if you're anything like where I'm at, or it's like this shit doesn't even fucking phase you anymore. Like this shit at the end of the day, what's happening in the 3D, like it's it's like playing with fucking Legos. I don't know where that analogy came from, but apparently it's the reality of your situation. So for those who are like spiritual, been on my channel for a while, I don't think you need to like worry so much. I think it's you might just be like in a little bit of funk. I got the goosebumps. You just haven't had that switch yet, but it's coming. I told you some of my followers won't be until January, and then others of you just joined or just, you know what I mean? You got some time ahead of you before it's like bam. It's just like me. How many times for how long? It's like I knew I was going to be in the public eye, or this, or a massive influencer, or something would just spike, right? It doesn't happen overnight. I mean, it can, but for me, this whole time it's like I've been trying to figure it out. I think I'm trying to figure it out. In all reality, it wasn't even designed to come in for 3 years, or it wasn't even designed to come in for 4 years. How do I know I didn't have to do this 4 years of this before the next big idea hits? But it's still my intuition knowing. See what I'm saying? It's that knowing. It's just you just never know when it is. But it's linked to your Akashic records. Like you don't have that say. You can push yourself and push yourself and push yourself, or cry and cry and cry. It doesn't matter. A timeline is a fucking timeline. You don't get to just skip timelines in your Akashic record. You don't. So that's what's happening right now. I don't have time to play with Legos anymore. It's exhausting. So you have a top up coming in, which I don't think is meant for distraction. It's just meant because it's your time. See what I'm saying? So it's like a distraction, but you're not going towards that or working on that to purposely distract yourself, because you don't have to purposely distract yourself. You just want more. You're not going to stay in a situation where somebody will not get on the same page with you. It's just that simple. And the amount of time that you stayed in it for was the right amount of time. And I'm telling you right now, it is time to fucking get out. It's in Spirit's hand. It is out of your control. There's nothing you can say or do, nothing. The decision's already been made. Now it's time for them to step forward into their own life. If you're part of it, great. If not, on to the next person, place, a thing. And that's the reality of the situation right now. So I'm talking, you got double digits before something shifts. But I'm pretty sure the ones that are like on the driven side, you're not worried about it. You're not waiting for it. It might be bittersweet, but moving on. It's like it's not a thought. It's not a thought anymore, because when you were putting all that time and effort into something, they were not. Does that make sense? So don't listen if someone comes at you. I can't believe you can just switch overnight. Motherfucker, no one switched overnight. I've been telling you this for 6 months now. See what I'm saying? Where you bat? Knock, knock. People underestimated you. You put yourself in a certain situation for a certain amount of time. You weren't naive to situations. You gave somebody the benefit of the doubt here and there because that's who you are. You weren't naive to jack shit. So it does make me laugh, because there's a massive group of collective energy right now that thinks they had the fucking upper hand, and all they did was look fucking silly. But in all reality, like, you the thing is, like, me, if you're anything like me, like, you wouldn't even judge it. It is what it is. Everybody has to go through that to get to where they need to be, right? We all did. You know how stupid and silly and humiliated we felt after, like, chasing a fucking twin flame. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've all been there. But no one's passing judgment. It's like just moving forward. Like, I just had enough at this point. You know, like, and not like, whoa, like, that's it. And they can either suck it up and be like, "Oh, I can't believe I went through that," or they're gonna stay in their pride, and the demonic energy is gonna eat them up. You're not gonna fuck with demonic energy when you came in to play part of something, and you know you work with light. You're not gonna fuck with that shit. There's nothing about that that serves you. There's nothing for you to hold on to. Get what I'm saying? They left you nothing to hold on to. You had great sex. It was great partying. That's nothing to hold on to. There's nothing there valued like that. You can't value the intimacy if you can't connect with somebody on a deep level. This group of collective left nothing. And that's the way it was supposed to be. So it's nothing you did on your end. But I think if you're the collective and driven like me, you wouldn't take it personally anyway. And you get all these other people like, don't take it personally. Don't worry, girlfriend. Don't worry, mister. I'm not. Because it's not personal. Stop worrying about what other people fucking feel. Why don't you do what you actually feel like you want to do? And it sucks because there have been negative influences on the outside. Like, I just saw the 5 of cups on it from an outsider perspective. So I do feel like there's emotional manipulation once again, somebody making you feel bad for moving forward. But again, that's a part of the doc you have to fight. It is what it is. If you choose not to fight it, fuck it. Hell yeah, we make it come. No, and it's right back to that song. It's right back to that song. Fuck it. There's nothing you can do. That's it. Leave them be. I hope you guys understand this is way more than just 3D. This is way more than all the cards. It's out of your hands. It really is. I mean, this type of conversation is so intriguing to me. It makes me not even want to go back to cards. But we don't have this type of everyday, top off or like conversation with the collective or the council or, a spiritual warfare. Like, it only happens once in a while. And in a way, I prep you throughout the years without even telling you or without me even knowing I'm doing it. There's a lot of beautiful energy right now. No matter where you at, think of the positive. I just met a coworker today. I haven't worked in this particular center before. She literally just got back from Ireland. She's been dating this guy. They're young. I think they're like 26. Been dating this guy from Ireland for 4 years. They've been going back and forth. He just got a visa or whatever. He just moved to the United States. I got goosebumps. I'm so excited for it. He just moved to the United States yesterday. Technically, they can't get married for they can get married in 3 months, but they can't go to like another country. They got to stay somewhere for like 5 years. He's got to stay for 5 years. Well, there's something. And then she's moving to Ireland because that's where she wants to be. So he came here for 5 years to get married here. I don't know the reason behind it. There's definitely a reason behind it. But it's so fucking exciting. Guys, there's new starts. Like, don't hold on to sorrow. Don't hold on to what you thought you were going to have or the potential you thought you saw. You can't live your life like that. It's like 90 Day Fiance. Yes, it's just like that. So you can't live your life like that, guys. Appreciate what you have here and now, and what you want at the end of the day, go after it. I don't know how her family feels about it, but I mean, you got all this outside energy, right? you're going to do this. You don't even know the person. They've been dating off and on. I think it was been like 3 or 4 years. They've been going back and forth from Ireland to the United States, Ireland. You know what I'm saying? So he's coming here. They're getting married in 3 months. And then there's something about 5 years. We didn't like get into it like that, but I kind of heard her throughout the day, like talking to people that know, because she works there all the time. So people like kind of know. And she just got back. She was gone for like 3 weeks or 2 weeks. So they were all like happy to see her again. I just happened to be 5 feet away from her so I could hear what she was saying, you know? And she was telling me too. But I've never met this chick and I got goosebumps all day. I was so fucking excited for her. Like this new start is so exciting. The man you love, you've been traveling back and forth for 3 years, 4 years, like, and now you guys get to live together, hold each other every night. Like it's such a blessing. And if someone can't look at you as a blessing and they can't fight their own demons and their own battles, don't get caught up in that shit, guys. Do not get caught up in that, please. You're going to, I hate to say it, waste time. It's like, you're not wasting time. Everyone learns something. There's time frames, right? But like, stop doing it, because right now it's out of everybody's hands. It's down to that one person to make the right choice. And it's like to go after something and give something the benefit of the doubt, like have some type of belief, or you know what I'm saying? Or break those barriers down, break those walls down, allow somebody in, like, because I do feel the energy of, I can't believe I gave him or her that viewpoint, or that's what I projected, or I can't believe I let this stop me. I can't believe I stopped living my life. I can't believe I held on to that. Like, it's like eye-opening, but it's not like overnight. This has been, you're dealing with somebody, the King of Pentacles is very practical. This has been thought about for a long time. It's just somebody who wouldn't act on it. And that's frustrating because you see the potential, but they don't do nothing. So it's out of your hands. It is out of your hands. No matter who you are, I don't care how powerful you think you are, it's fucking out of your hands. It's out of the guide's hands. It is what was meant for me. And like I said, it's out of my hands. My guides don't have that pull no more. I got goosebumps. They don't. You got spiritual warfare. It can't come together unless that person decides what's best for them. And maybe, shockingly enough, that's not you. But your person will come along, so stop fucking worrying about it. If you're worrying about it, you're fucked. And that's the truth of the situation. It is out of your hands. Stop fighting it. Go after what you want. You've been fighting what you've wanted this whole time. The only thing that's been stopping you this entire time is you, but it's also conditioning, which includes family and friends and children. And at the end of the day, it's you. You stopped it because of family, friends, and children. You let somebody else have control over the things you want. And if somebody can't see it that way, trust me, they're going to get caught up in the demonic energy. Nobody's waking up overnight. Sheldon's still sleeping. I asked myself, is Sheldon going to get up? Going on day 4 or 5. Last time I came on was what, Thursday or Friday? And he woke up. He's been sleeping since then. Because I was shocked he came out. Remember how excited I was? So that tells me someone missed an opportunity. And they don't want to miss it. So they're going to wake up real soon, or they're not. You mark my words, if this person doesn't come in within 14 days, whatever the person, place, or thing is that you think is on your head or whatever, it's not coming. It's spiritual warfare, guys. And I know a lot of you, or some of you, are not going to like that I said that, but it's the fucking truth. And there's nothing you did or said. It's up to them and what they want. If they want you or they want that, they will go for it. And it might not be you. But if you're thriving and driving like on the other end, you're fine. You're good either way. And if this energy wants to come back and work on things, chances are you're going to work on it. It just depends on how something's presented. Because at this point, you have nothing to hold on to. You're not stepping in and letting the fucking tables turn again like that. No fucking way. You did that long enough. There's no way you would allow it again. And this energy knows. It's more than just like stepping up. Barriers need to be broken. Like there's so much that they got to do on their end. And yeah, you guys can do it together. And it's nothing that needs to be rushed. But like compassion, understanding, and communication, and all the stuff that this person does not want to project, but they feel. If they can't project it, it's not going to work. See what I'm saying? It's out of your hands, it's out of your control. That's it. And that's where everybody's at. Lack likes lack. Luster likes luster. Love will resonate with love. There's no in-betweens anymore. I love it. I fucking love it. Because it's bang on. It's dead on for a fucking new chapter. With or without. I'm telling you. And it's probably bittersweet to somebody. Now that everyone's like, whew, if you're anything like me, you're like, bring it. Bring it. I got the goosebumps. Bring it. I can hear Kaden, bring it. Here we go. It sounds like you got one life left. One lifeline left. So I love it. Even if I was in a funk, I would love it because it would take me out of the funk. See what I'm saying? So all the way up. I don't know what song that is. All the way up. Some nice top ups going on. I'm loving it. So if you're getting a top up and other energy pushes through, they're getting a top up. Not to your type of top up, but they're gonna have to. It's if they come back into your life, it's because it's more than they just love you. It's curiosity about spirituality, or it's all these other things, or they have that inner knowing that they can help so many people. But it's like they can't do it where they're stuck right now. They can't help anybody. When you're stuck in your ego, you can't even help yourself. That's how bad someone's ego is right now. You can't even help yourself. You've let your ego run your life. So I'm excited. Did I get that one card yet? I didn't. I know it's a major arcana. I just don't know which one it is. And I don't know if I don't know who it explains, or I just know it's a major arcana because it's spiritual warfare. Ten of Swords with the Hermit. So Hermit is change of perspective. It's your soul. What does your soul want? How many times do you want to get stabbed in the back? To me, it's like this is like self-sabotage too. You can get taken down, I'm telling you. I see like tribal on the back here. There's something symbolic I'm looking at, and I'm not quite sure what it is. But it's more than I've been stabbed in the back umpteen times. It's almost like this person's going to rise. There's weakness here too, though. So it could just shift into bravery. Like I said, it's out of everybody's hands right now, except for that one individual. You notice how it's funny? I've said to you for a long time, and I haven't even had this deck for a long time, that when the darker energy comes, I've always used the terminology, you can sit near a rock. For those who have been with me for a long time, you know exactly what I'm saying. Go sit near a rock. And I don't know where that came from, to be honest with you. But I've been saying that for a long time. And this energy is actually sitting near a stone. So, like I said, I hate to say it. I know you guys probably hate it too. It's 50-50. Some will rise and some will sit near the stone. And I don't know why I've always used that terminology because it never really made sense to me. But that's how I've put it to you guys for almost 4 years now. You want to go sit near the stone? Go ahead. And I don't know why. But all I see is that damn stone. So, I don't know. It's like you've been battling yourself your whole life. It's like rise up. You've been battling yourself and others your whole life. Like it's time to step out of that. If you don't, you will live your life out like this, which would be your decision. Because I see someone rising, but then I see weakness, man. I see both. It's weird. So I don't quite know how to interpretate the card. Because I'm not looking at it as the Ten of Swords. And to be realistic, these swords are not even in this person's back. I mean, they're pointed to the back, but it's almost like they're not even in the back. It's almost like every attack you've ever had was to break down what you need to rise. If you rise, you're going to have a kick-ass fucking life. And it's not because a certain person came into your life. It's something you already chose, guys. You have to live in your truth here. Because the Hierophant, what is this? Three of Cups. The Hierophant, it wasn't the Hierophant. When I switched it underneath, that was the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you got to live in your truth. You have to. I keep getting goosebumps with like stuff I'm saying in my head, but I honestly don't even know what I'm saying in my head right now. There's so much, my brain's going a mile a minute. I feel like I'm talking to people and people are talking to me. I feel like I'm in a huge crowd right now. And I don't even know my own thoughts because I'm having a conversation with other people in my head right now. It's fucking weird. I got the goosebumps. So I don't know how to me, it's like, you're either going to rise up or you're not, but like, you're either going to live in the truth, right? I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like you've been protected. It's almost like put it this way. Every battle you've ever been through, if you were to pinpoint every battle, every great sorrow, every great war, like if you take all those and you really think about it, it's like you can take whatever that is and use to rise. Instead of letting your ego get in the way and being like, bring it on. Like a cocky motherfucker, bring it on. You know what I'm saying? Like that ego's got to go. It seems so silly for me to even read energy like this anymore. I mean, we all knew this day was coming, and I don't know when it's going to come. It could be tomorrow. It could be 6 months from now. It's nothing that you guys have been waiting for shit with me, just as long as I've been waiting for shit with me. Doesn't mean I stop cards. I don't know how it's gonna go, guys, but like it's like it's like I don't even want to fuck with the 3D anymore. But realistically, I'm gonna have to, right? If I'm a healer, I have to. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. Cause it's like I don't even want to fuck with this shit like this. Like, see what I'm saying? It's like I don't even care about this energy anymore. It's not that I don't care about that person, and it's not that I don't care about you guys. It's like this doesn't make me happy. And this person certainly is not happy. So I don't know how everything will come together like on my end because I'm thinking about me right now. But and you guys gotta think about you, right? But and I got the goosebumps. I don't know how it's gonna pan out for me. But I've never been that person where I was like, I gotta know my next step. You guys are dealing with some heavy shit like that. You're dealing with somebody who's like gotta know their next step or something. It doesn't mean that you guys won't I'm not like a good fit. It's just it is what it is. If somebody if they're gonna love you unconditionally, they have to love you unconditionally. It's like, do they even know what unconditional love is? I don't think they do. They think they do, but I don't think they do. They may have gotten it from certain family members, bloodlines down the way, but currently there's not unconditional love. There's not. It's like very unrealistic. This energy, this big massive group of collective has been living very unrealistically, which makes sense. That's how the demonic energy attacks, right? There's nothing been practical about the way something went down. And I think somebody's going to realize that. Like, there's like, it's like, but you got to stop fighting the way you've been fighting. You're fighting with your ego. Like, bring it on. See what I'm saying? You have to stop fighting that way. You have to fight from a place of truth. And that's who you are. It's funny because I see you rising, and then I look at the head and the arms, and it's like I see weakness. But technically, your arms aren't on the ground, so it kind of makes sense here. It's not up to us. It's up to the universe, guys. The like I said, the dark and the light couldn't compromise. Whichever one can collect more people wins. And then again, they come together and they compromise for the higher being, for whatever's higher than them. They're not the highest. You know what I'm saying? It's it's like they're fighting for the higher power. It almost reminds me of like Roman Catholic days, guys. Crazy, like mythology, like fighting for the gods, like the spiritual warfare, the dark and the light. They don't touch the gods. See what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know how to explain it. So it's like because I don't know myself, so it's just gonna come out of my mouth. But like they come in, they fight. They want a group of collectives, right? We're the collectives. The 3D is the collectives. They attack. It's like minions or puppets, or it's like, but you're dealing with people who think realistically in 3D. If you're anything like me, we don't think 3D. You know what I'm saying? So someone's perspective is their shift's gonna be a massive shift. But it's like to the dark and the light, no one has the guides don't even have control over this energy. It's like pick and choose. And whoever is like higher, whoever has like tally in numbers, like voting for the president, um, tally in numbers, that's the way it's going to go down. And then the higher power, the gods decide how something's going to play out. There's got to be steps in between that. So this was an agreement. This was already an agreement. It's already in your Akashic records. They just don't take people. You know, it's already in your records. You were meant to walk a spiritual path. You were meant to be an influencer. You were meant to do something. And you're gonna be one. It's just a matter of what route you take. If you're negative, you're gonna be more of a negative influencer. But you're still pull. I don't know how you pull, but you can. But this right here, this 3D shit is bullshit. This 3D shit, negative influence, that ain't getting you nowhere. It's if the dark overpowers and you have some type of gift, then they can take control of that and influence that way. If you think you can influence people like this in this world, like the way you are right now with ego, you're fucking out of your mind. You have no fucking idea. Like your ego has been, it's almost like playing with Legos again. It's like I don't even got time to even explain it anymore. I don't know how I'm going to work with the 3D now. I'm not going to lie to you. It really, honestly, it's like, can't believe you even deal with this shit. So I don't know what's next. What's popping out here? 9 of Swords. 9 of Wands. You're going to fight? You're not going to fight? What are you going to do? Again, 50-50. So I really don't know what to say here. 2 9s too. These 2 cards were popping out. So, and I don't feel better than anybody, guys. Trust me. I'm just kind of like, it's like reading this shit or dealing. It's like, oh my God, it's so like, I don't even know how to explain it. Thanks. Hey, Max. But I have no, and I got the goosebumps. Apparently I got to work with the 3D, but I don't know what I'm going to do. And I don't even care, to be honest with you, as long as I thrive off of it, right? So that's what's going on. Whatever's next is next. And that's the way it is. Hey guys. Hey Angie. I'm good, how are you? This is like eye-opening because it's almost like, yeah, I got the goosebumps. For the next 5 days, it doesn't make much sense for me to read for you. I mean, I will, but it doesn't matter. I swear to God, it doesn't matter. It's where are you mentally? Are you going to do what's right for you? Some of you are starting the journey of mentors, like a mentorship. There's money here too. Because I see the King of Pence. There's a big, not like a rift. It's going to cause a rift, or it already caused the rift because the approach caused the rift. The ego caused the rift. So something's happening here with money, but it's like someone wants to talk about something with money or work or collaborating, or they want to talk to you about something with money, but they don't know how to approach you because it's like they already said something that caused the rift. Their ego already caused the rift. So I don't know who that message is for. I got the goosebumps. And I don't even see money. I'm staring at the fucking 10 of Swords. somebody has a business idea, somebody has something in mind, and which I don't know what that has to do with anything right now. Apparently something. But if you're already spiritual and you're about to take on something, it's gonna help that person. See, some of you guys are mentors, some of you guys are guides. It's everyone's gonna go in different directions right now. And I think it's gonna be like a really good thing, right? But it's like going in different directions. Whether you do it together or not, it's still like going in a different direction that puts somebody where they're supposed to be, but they figure it out their own way, if that makes sense. And it's more than you just being part of the ride. It's more than it's there's work here too. So I don't know if it's work and love. I'm just staring at the fucking Ten of Swords, so I don't even know where all this is coming from. But it's like their ego already caused a rift. It's a lot of work to be done like this, but it doesn't have to be. Like if anything, I look at something like it's exciting work, but clearly you still have somebody looking at it in a negative way. So again, like I said, it's like it's out of your hands. There's nothing you can do right now. See what I'm saying? So it'd be silly to like even read upon this because you're still gonna find yourself in the same 3D situation that you already took yourself out of. So you're not gonna find me reading that shit for you. Sorry. And yes, I'll be reading some of it because energy is gonna linger, but it's like you still have that energy there. So it's like don't I hate to say like stop wasting your time or something. Like I don't know how to put it, but like that energy is still there. Doesn't just go away until somebody decides to rise. And if they don't rise up, they're still gonna rise up enough to sit near the rock. And at that point you won't want nothing to do with them anyway. So I don't think you need to worry about it. You put yourself here. This is being in a situation where you knew it's like there's so many different messages coming through. There's love here too. It's so crazy. It's like you knew to follow your intuition, or you knew it was part of your destiny, but it's like I don't know what the major blockage was besides yourself, but like it's not even like well, if it's conditioned, it'd be outside influence, but it's bigger than that. It's like with the love, it's like what did you do? What did you do? It's like changing someone's concept of love, like because somebody had an idea of how a relationship was supposed to go, or they thought it was supposed to go, or thought it was supposed to how it was supposed to work. It's like changing someone's concepts on what how a relationship should be. But that's not the message I was getting. It was something to do with love. Well, if it didn't come out, there's a reason for it. Because there's something, the ego already put a rift in something financial, but they still want it, but don't know how to approach it. Well, I don't know, get realistic, get real with yourself. And then from there, reapproach it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take yourself out of condition. You got to take yourself out of the approach you thought you had to fucking take. See what I'm saying? It's aggravating. This person has to find their way out. You can't help them. So take yourself out of it. You leave yourself in it, you're going to repeat the same shit over and over with somebody. And then you have some type of influence on the outside. I don't know what that is. If it has to do with something taboo, or if someone's emotionally manipulating you in the sense of making you feel bad for moving on, or making you feel bad for the choices you're making in life right now. Like it's like that type of energy. It's not the energy of like, oh, you're sap. It's like energy of like somebody purposely making you feel bad for the choices you're making right now, which is complete bullshit. But again, it's part of conditioning that you have to fucking break. So again, if you're entertaining some shit like that and you're the one with that drive, fucking X yourself out of that shit right now. Right fucking now. There's just too much mental energy here, guys. Everything's mental. It's like gets to the point where it's like I said, it's very unrealistic. You're dealing with somebody who's a massive group of the collective that is extremely practical in certain stuff and reliable, which is a beautiful thing. It's the King of Pence. Who doesn't want the fucking King of Pence? But at the end of the day, it's like healing has to do with emotions, right? So you'd want the King of Cups to come in. It's like very unpractical. Like it's like not living in reality, or it's like because you're at the 10, it's above and beyond. You can't even fucking think straight when you're at the 10. It's like your way is not the best way. So I feel like someone's perspective is changing. It's like they're seeing relationships differently. They're seeing love differently. And that comes from conditioning. It comes from family. It comes from all that. But you do have outside influences. But again, you got to take every single one of your fucking stabs and there's something you got to pull together. So instead of looking at all these stabs and be like, bring it, because that's your ego, you have to take each one of these stabs and figure something out. It's like X plus Y equals, you know what I mean? It's only something you can figure out. And it's not in the 3D world. So get your mind out of fucking 3D world. It's like an epiphany and eye-opening for me that I even stayed in situations for so long and didn't see the things I'm seeing now. And it's not a bad thing because I think someone's starting to see it, right? So it's not a bad thing. And it wasn't my job to come in for this person to see this and X, Y, Z. It's not. Like, it was so much bigger than you think. You just played a fucking tiny ass fucking role that seemed like it was huge because it affected your life in the fucking 3D. Get out of the fucking 3D. The 3D is holding someone the fuck up. I honestly don't know how I have non-spiritual friends. I really don't. It blows my mind sometimes because when I get in this energy, it's like, I don't even know how I fucking relate half the time to fucking people. It's because I'm in 3D. You get caught up in 3D. That's why I got goosebumps. You get caught up in 3D because it's life. But you can live a whole nother life. That's way better than worrying about the pandemic and worrying about crime and worrying about the fucking government. Like, who gives a fuck? Why don't you teach people how to survive different ways? Take advantage of the fucking government. Let's fucking bank off the government. Let's stop doing that type of shit. You know? They got fucking control. The collective, it's like the dark and the light. It's like they want control back, guys. There's only one way to get it, and that's what's going down now. And that's years and years and years. It's not just this one time in 2021, guys. It's consistently going to happen. This is finding your gift, taking your gift. It's like a gift. It's something you've always known, but your ego has blocked it. This is eye-opening for a huge group right now. I think the light and the dark are going to be like, what's fair is fair, and shake on it. There's something with 8 years here because I'm taking 2 swords away. And see the 8 of swords? Don't get stuck in this energy, guys. Again, mental energy. That's weird because it's 8 years. I'm taking 2 swords away. But again, you don't want to get stuck in the 8 of swords. I'm taking 2 swords away See, I feel like I'm doing mathematics in my head. It's like you're dealing with somebody who's very, I don't know, but it's not the right way. It's not. This person will realize it. Whatever this massive group of collective is, I mean, it would be like they're realizing it was the wrong approach or the wrong way or whatever that's in regards to life itself. Take everybody out of your life with certain stuff like okay, so let me start over. Like if there's your love life is a shit show, just take everybody out of it for a minute and it's like work on you. And I think there's so many groups of the collectives like I'm working on me, and it's like you're not though, because at the end of the day, you're still not doing what's best for you. So it's like again lying to yourself, living a life of a lie is self-sabotage. And I think that's what's happening. It's like taking swords away, but it led me to 8 years. But if it brings me to the swords, it brings me to the 8 of Swords. See what I'm saying? Like you're dealing with somebody who likes to control how something goes. This group of collective, in order for them to move forward, they have to take it with a leap of faith. They have to see the potential and go for it. It's a leap of faith. You know what I'm saying? They don't get the answer. This is a group of collectives that you don't get the answer you're looking for. You can't live life like that. It's like, to me, it's not even a risk. It's like, you can't live life like that with everything. You can't. This was somebody that was so fixated and convinced on how something was supposed to go and has to have some type of control. It's like, you got to take that and put it towards sexual energy or something else. We've had this conversation. It's not something that's going to go away, and I hate to say that. But the thing is, it doesn't need to go away. I've said that to you before. An ego can be a good thing if you use it the right way. This group of collectives does not know how to use it the right way. It's been their shield. And not a good fucking family crest by any means. But I think everybody would adjust, and I think it's like shockingly enough, I got the goosebumps. I think people are going to be like, wow. Like, really? I never really thought that of you. But like, that's because you gave them a different perspective, as if it was fake to you or it was a joke or it was a laugh. And then it's like the minute it's like something clicks for them or clicks for you and then it clicks for them, it's like they become intrigued with it. It's like being proud of you on a whole new level because you're doing something for yourself. And that's something to be proud of. But right now, you're not doing anything for yourself. So you can't feel proud of yourself, and other people can't be proud of you if you're not doing what's best for you. Stop living in fucking la la lands like everything's okay when at the end of the day, you're fucking lonely and it's not okay. There's no way you don't realize at the end of the day, I can't believe, like, because I'm telling you, it's like the hangman's here. I can't believe I allowed that. I can't believe it's going to click for some people. So right now, I just feel like if you're the driven ones, you're good. And you're on your own. If you're the other group right now, you got to fight your demons. It's more than just your demons. And I feel like I hear somebody say, like, bring it on. So like, again, a lot of there's a big group out there that's going to fail. It's like you've accomplished so many things with these 10 swords too. See what I'm saying? Like, you've accomplished so many things with these 10 swords. This is something that's all in your Akashic records that led to this. Because as soon as you rise or you do what you need to do, you start over. See what I'm saying? It's like you got to take whatever that is. Only you can figure it out. I don't know how to explain what I'm feeling. I just don't. And then I keep going back. There was something to love, and I don't remember. I don't know. I just feel like it's like your ego already demolished so many things. Like, I just want to say stop living in 3D, but it doesn't work that way for somebody who's not spiritual. So I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know. I gotta go to the market. Oh my god, it's 8:20. I gotta go to the market. I'll be back. I might not be back. I mean, this was a reading all by itself. I don't know if I'll be back. I might be, I might not. I honestly don't know. But this was a reading. It was a pretty fucking important reading too. Important reading. Yeah. I'm sorry y'all gotta go back to 3D now. It's nice while it lasted, right? Don't get sucked into this shit. Because people are trying to take other people down right now. And it's more than just the warfare. Like, it's so eye-opening to me. It's like, even for me, guys, it's like, what was I doing? And it's like, I've always known it. Like, what was I doing? But now it's like, I can look even deeper into it. And it's like, I can't believe it. I have goosebumps head to toe. Like, what was I doing? And it's like, what I was doing was not even a bad thing. It was probably a good thing. But like, when I step into energy like this, it's like, damn. Like, I gave that a thought. I was worried about that. Now it's like, like, it's so 3D shit. It's so shit that we get caught up in that it's not healthy for you at the end of the day. That's why there's karmic shit. That's why there's toxic shit. Like if you can't live your life with what you want at the end of the day and what you're doing, you love, and it brings you happiness and yada, 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 you're fucking screwed. You're fucking screwed. And I don't want to be around nobody like that. That's why I can choose my belief over a man any day. Because my belief at the end of the day makes me happy. So, and that's not putting down like a situation I've been in, but it's like, I know why I was in certain situations for certain reasons. But now it's like, it's like, what? Like, what? Oh my God. And you're not better than anybody else, guys. It's just, you gotta look at stuff like this once in a while and realize, like, take yourself out of 3D for a minute. And for those who doesn't know what 3D is this world, this material world, this plane, this dimension. It's where we live. It's the ground we walk on. This is 3D. Take yourself fucking out of it for a minute. And if you think that's unrealistic, well, then you're going to sit next to this rock. That's like Jen the other day. Into the fucking universe. It's like, what? I hope that's just a phase. Because the dark and the light is on the dark and the light right now. So she obviously wasn't vibing that high. And I knew that months ago when I said she was worn out and she was beat. The demonic energy has overcome me plenty of times. So it's not a bad thing. It's nothing to be ashamed of or humiliated or I can't believe that happened. Like, just own it and fucking move on. Because if you're not happy at the end of the day, shame on you. And you know how you get there is conditioning, society, not doing what's best for you at the end of the day. And that's the truth. You have to find a way to live in the 3D because we got to pay our bills and all this other shit. I get it. But your happiness has nothing to do with fucking society. Stop letting society suck away your fucking happiness. Stop letting other family members suck away your happiness. Stop letting other people suck away what the fuck you want. You can rise from whatever this is. You gotta figure it out. And that starts with bravery. It starts with what the fuck you want. Stop worrying what the fuck other people want. Stop worrying about the lies you've told and the stories along the way and the approaches you've used to take that work then. Guess what? It ain't fucking working now. Wake up, people. Stop living in the fucking 3D for a couple days. Watch how you feel. Stop worrying about how other people, every time a negative thought comes to you, or this person's going to think this, or that's going to roll that way, or this has to play out that way, think to yourself, literally tell yourself, it's like an affirmation, literally tell yourself, stop living in the 3D for 1 second. Stop living in the 3D. Watch how your life can change. Realistically, you have to live in the 3D. So we're going to have to take you back. If I was a hypnotist or something, I don't know what I just did. I feel like I just did something. But like, take it back in a couple days. You still got to go back to reality. You have to find the balance with the 3D. Just like you have to find the balance with the masculine and the feminine. Like you have to stop looking at, if you break your walls down, you're fucking weak. No, by you not breaking your walls down right now, that makes you weak. What makes you strong is overcoming the feeling of fucking weakness. And that strength, it make you grow stronger, and it make you believe in yourself again. So seriously, it's like, take yourself out of like every fucking 3D matter. And if you're literally saying to yourself, realistically, you can't do that, well, then you're a fucking fool, because you can do that. That's what your imagination is for. That's what other things are fucking for. Other tools in this world that we have. Take yourself out of it for a minute. Who cares what other people are going to think, or what they're going to do, or how something's going to fucking play out? Stop for a minute. You lost yourself because of other people's thoughts. What the fuck do you want at the end of the day? Every time you got stabbed, it's because you let somebody else control how something was going to fucking roll. But you created something because you have this tribe. You have this symbol. So you still found the strength within something, but you can't take advantage of whatever that strength is that I'm seeing. You can't pull from that fucking strength, because the strength is hidden in between all the weakness. I don't even know if that makes sense to anybody. You've already pinpointed, you figured something out. You have an incredible fucking strength. But that strength can't shine. Like, that strength got you nowhere. Say you're really good with fucking money. Okay, well, that strength got you money. That strength got you a nice bank account. Now what? Because whatever that strength, whatever that symbol is, you haven't touched it yet. You don't know what fucking strength is until you rise. And some people, again, are going to disagree and be like, you don't know what you're talking about. No, I do. Just because you experience that and you push through it doesn't make you fucking strong like that. You're not fucking strong. You're not as strong as you think you are if you're still fucking weak. If you can't be brave, you're fucking weak. Stop kidding yourself. Stop lying to yourself right now, whoever this message is for. Stop fucking lying to yourself. You're still fucking weak. Until you can be brave and rise up, your strength don't fucking count. And I'm not taking away your pain. I'm not taking away your fucking milestones. I'm having you look at something fucking differently so you can fucking wake up and snap out of it. Your strength is stuck. Because of your fucking ego or something. It's like, the fuck? You haven't even tapped into your power. You think you have, but you haven't. Not even fucking close. I'd rather live in a cabin all by myself in the middle of fucking something and have conversations with you guys like this every fucking day than to even continuously think I'm impacting somebody who thinks they're fucking strong when they're not, and thinks they can coach, and thinks they can change the world, and thinks this is the way it has to be. It's like, it's such rubbish, because you can't do You can't even bring yourself up. How do you think you're gonna bring other people up? Think about it. And I'm not putting anybody down. Just wake up and realize the shit you've been fucking adapting to. You're adapting to society. You're adapting to family tradition. You're adapting to shit that doesn't even fucking shit that you don't even follow through with. Some people are going to fail. I just read it. Some people are going to fail. It is what it is. I love you guys. I hope you have a kick-ass fucking night. I might see you again. I might not. Well, I'm definitely going to see you again. But that was weird, right? Brand new you, brand new me. I don't know. But it doesn't bother me. See you when I see you. You know? So, careful with the spiritual warfare right now. Even if you're on the driven side, you still have to take precaution. And you have to learn how to decipher, are you doing the right thing for you? I don't think you're running from fear. I think if anything, it would be, I know certain walls need to be broken down in you too, but those walls can't even be touched. They can only be touched by someone who truly loves you. Does that make sense? That might be where the love part comes in, because you already have enough love for yourself. So if you're on the driven side and barriers need to come down, it's the right person needs to come in and touch that part of your soul. But if you've been dealing with the energy of that, I could see why that energy can touch your soul, but it wouldn't be reciprocated until that energy is like, wow, all right, I need to rise up. And we've all had our lows. We've all been there. Here's the chase, my fucking catalyst. You want to think of fucking holy shit. We've all been there. Everybody just experiences things in a different way. So there's absolutely no judgment. It's just, at the end of the day, guys, do what you fucking want. Even if you have kids or family members, I know it, to you guys, it's so unrealistic to not include them in your decisions. But right now, the answer is no, you don't include anybody in your decisions. You do what's best for you, and then shit follows. You're struggling moving forward because of outside influences, outside conditioning, outside beliefs, or beliefs that were in the inside of the fucking family, but it was like a family fucking curse. I guarantee what your family has been talking about for years and years, it didn't follow through. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like you got this crest on your wall that you're proud of, but like, where's the battle stories? Like, get what I'm saying? It's like false. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you've been following a belief that you don't even follow, but you follow. It's like saying I'm Catholic and I can't do this, but yet, do you go to church? Do you read the Bible? Do you have rosary beads? Do you preach? Do you go to communion? Do you think about going to church? Do you pray? Do you talk to your guides? Do you thank your angels? Do you talk to the loved ones? Like, seriously, they're like, this is the vibe I'm getting. It's like you got this big family crest that's screaming ego. Where did that get you? Nowhere. It broke you. It broke you. But yet, you have a point to prove or something. And it's for what? For who? You're only hurting yourself. You're not happy. I just, all I see is this big family crest. And it's like, you're so proud of it. And what are you proud of? Where's the history? Where's the stories? Who within your family made that much of an impact that it changed your life? Nobody right now. And if there is somebody, it's because you're changing your perspective and you're looking at it differently. And you're like, wow, that's what they meant. Because you've been stuck on, that's what I thought it meant. So no judgment to your family crest. I'm sure, like my family don't even have a crest. But see what I'm saying? You're dealing with a big group of collective with their ego. It's like a massive, proud moment of a family crest. And it's like, where's, what battles did your family win? And I know that sounds awful or judgmental, so I don't know how it's meant to be projected. But who are you proving a point to? Yourself? Your family? You want your kids to experience what you're experiencing now because you can't get out of it? Or you think you can't? I don't even know how to explain it. So I'm not putting anybody's family down. You can have an awesome family, but like, the fuck are you protecting? You're only protecting your own barriers because you don't want to feel vulnerable. That's no way to live. How can you live your life if you don't even know what vulnerability feels like? You just take it. Maybe that's what I'll end up doing with relationships or something. I always said I'd be like a relationship coach or a marriage this. Maybe it's to teach its generation to unteach what they've been taught. Because to feel that love and connection when you find that like person and it's like, but you have to push this, and that, and this, like, to not have that or a certain experience, like, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just know it's some type of like influencing, but like, I know it will come to me, but it's no way to live by, you're living by beliefs of other people, but what the fuck did they do? Like the proof is not in the pudding anywhere. Does that make sense? Like, what are you holding on to? Like, what's in a successor? A successor is like, see, it's pulling me back to like Roman Catholic, like a successor. It's like, I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. Definition of a successor is pulling me back to like, not medieval, but like a person or a thing that succeeds another. Something Scotchenberg or something saw himself as a natural successor, of German romantic school. I was just talking about romance. I don't know if that message is for me or for you guys. Only because I was just talking about love and what I'm going to do next. So I don't know if that's a message for everybody or a message for me. I'm stuck on that. A person or a thing that succeeds another, right? And a successor, a natural successor, but like to the German romantic school. So like you have to succeed. Well, see, I don't know how that's meant. But I know it has to do with like what you think, like your family crest or whatever. Like, it's like, what are you doing? You're about to succeed your own fucking expectations or something. But you have to stop living the fucking life you're living. It's the life we're given. is something. It's taken. I'm fucking exhausted. I still gotta go to the fucking grocery store. Fuck. I don't know, guys. I love you though. You will shortly find yourself where you need to be. And that could be good or bad. It's what you choose. I love you guys. I really gotta go.